Right, we should be live. Hello all, and welcome back to TFC Live, the first of the Premier League season in 2022-23. Premier League's back, so are we. Obviously, we've been doing some streams recently. We had the Women's Euros has literally just finished. We had Community Shield last Saturday, but the Premier League is back, and the Premier League does hit different. You know, the last few weeks, we've had the leading up to it with the podcast. The FPL obviously came back. We've been looking at team stuff. But, I mean, now I'm just so excited for the new season. I'm hoping it's going to be a fantastic season, and I'm hoping it's going to be a fantastic start tonight. Crystal Palace versus Arsenal, then we'll talk about that, we'll look at it. Harry joins me as always. We've not got a new co-host, unfortunately. We've got new graphics in the bottom left. Tell us what you think of that. I think potentially the verses could do with a bit of a reshuffle, but other than that, we are looking good. I'm going to make sure there's channels up, and then we'll talk about the game. We've gone live an hour early tonight. Really wanted to get some good build-up show going, and then
Premier League's back. Waited for it quite a while. Also, we're starting earlier than usual this year because of the World Cup. But no complaints there. Cannot wait. Back with Friday Night Football. And I think it should be a very good game to start us off.
It does only feel like 2 minutes since we watched the Champions League final, though.
Yeah, I know.
And finished off for last season. But yeah, I'll have a quick look at the poll and chat. I believe it's currently 50-50, which is interesting. 50% Palace, 50% Arsenal. Make sure to get your votes in there if you haven't already. I'm going to run through the lineups in just a moment. So in the meantime, keep the entertainment flowing, Harry.
Entertainment, guys. Football's back. I think that's all the entertainment we need.
Football's back indeed, Chelsea fan. The FPL League, the code is
D3KKYY.
Make sure to join up. You need to join the league, obviously, before the start of the kickoff. It might be too late anyway for game week 1, I think. But you can join anyway if you're not in it. That should be... well, game week 1 has now started. My team is ready to go. I'm picking up some big points now, I'm telling you.
Premier's back. FPL
it looks like, to be fair, that you could still get in there in time. Yeah. And obviously the cup and stuff. And even if you are a week late to the fantasy team, you'll probably able to beat Harry's score, so you'll be fine.
That's fair. I'm actually really looking forward to this season.
I was going to say, I'm absolutely buzzing for it. And welcome as well, Ryan Tune. We have gone live very early. I was a bit dubious about how many of the millions of people who will be tuning in when kickoff comes around would be here so early. So it's great to see people here. Keep the vibes strong. I want to see, I think it'll be a very good evening for the game. Hoping it's a really, really good stream. Hopefully we can bring you some really good content. Welcome, Nick Knack. We're just evening, lads. Evening to you too.
It's a lovely evening.
It is nice to be here in the evening. The Community Shield and Women's Euros finals last weekend were 5 o'clock kickoffs. We were in here from 3:30, which is not very nice. No. It gets ridiculously hot in here.
It's lovely and cool.
Love an evening game.
We're going to see a lovely game of football.
So on Sunday, when we sat here at 4 o'clock... sweating, just know how tough it is. Anyway, I'm not complaining, it's brilliant to be doing this. How are you doing today? Ryan Tune. I've had a very decent little day. Played a lot of Football Manager.
I've had a good day.
I've started saving the 4th division of Danish football today, and it's an exciting little project. Right, lineups, that's what I was getting up, not looking at my fantasy today. Right, we are of course at Selhurst Park tonight, in case you hadn't realised where Crystal Palace were playing. They've not moved. That'd have been exciting. But no, they're at Selhurst Park still. And then, of course, are you in a shed? No knick-knack. I guess you could kind of say it's a shed. It is in our back garden, but it's not a shed.
Building, a wooden building in the back garden. Yeah,
but there is insulation and stuff, which is a problem. Yeah. If it's a shed, it'd be very cold in the winter, very nice in the summer, but it's not. So in the winter, this place is lovely, and you can get it really hot with heaters and stuff. But fans... They're too noisy to have on stream. It doesn't really achieve much, especially when it's ridiculously hot. But yeah. Brilliant, okay. LOL Football Manager, I wasted so much of my life on that when I was your age. It's a brilliant game. The thing is, people who waste their time on FIFA should be switching to Football Manager. It's so much better.
Yeah.
Such a better time, thanks. Right, on to the lineups then. Crystal Palace, of course, at home. And they line up with Guaita in goal. Nathaniel Klein makes a return to the Palace side with Anderson and Gurhey captained now in the back 2 and Mitchell of course at left back. That's your back 4.
Sorry, Nathaniel Klein is starting.
Don't worry, it gets better. It's a midfield 2 I think Though this could be a 4-4-2 would be my prediction. But what Footmob has it down as Schlupp and Decore in a pivot. Jordan Ayew's on the right, Zaha on the left, Eze in attacking field, and Edouard up front. Now, I would have it as Ayew and Edouard.
4-4-1-1.
I'd have Ayew and Edouard up front together, Schlupp on one wing, Zaha on the other, Eze and Decore in the middle together. That would be my best guess. Or it could be a 4-3-1-2.
Yeah.
Zaha maybe in that attacking mid role, Eze a little bit deeper, Schlupp can probably... I mean, it's a very confusing team, but yeah. Kukurea in, Alonso out, I'm happy. Same here, Chelsea fan. It's a very good bit of business there. Because people going, it's 52 mil. Yeah, but when you factor in we're selling Alonso for 15, I'm taking that every day of the week. That's 37 mil with massive upgrade. The ex-Saint Klein, amazing he's still going. Yeah,
he's better than Joe Ward, but that's not
ex-Saint,
what I was
also
expecting.
ex-Liverpool player, Nathaniel Klein. He's still around. How old is Klein now? 31. To be fair, he's not that... You'd expect him to be in his prime, but injuries really have hampered his career. Hopefully, if he can stay fit this season, he can become a regular in this Palace side.
Yeah, he's better than
Unless
Joe
they
Ward.
get Wan-Bissaka on loan, in which case that completely scuppers his career again. I can see Edouard in the lineup as he's in my FPL team on the bench, mind. Look, he was in mine for a few weeks, and then I made some changes to get more premium attackers and take some premiums out of midfield. So, I mean, if he scores, I will be a little gutted.
Especially Palace players.
I was going to say, I did have Mitchell and Eze in there as well at different times. So I've had loads of Palace players in my drafts, but not in my actual team. If you would have seen that if you were one of the 12 people that watched the podcast on Thursday. That went terribly because I posted it at the wrong time. Anyway, Arsenal up next then. Ramsdale in goal. It is a back four of White, Saliba, Gabriel and Zinchenko. So Tomiyasu, I believe, out with a knock. So White goes to right back and
Zinchenko
Saliba.
starts.
Saliba, this is massive, I think.
Yeah.
Saliba's a fantastic player. Did really well on loan at Marseille last season and coming back now into the Arsenal setup, into the first team fold. I think he'll be really good this season.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see. I mean, I kind of forgot about him while he was out on loan at Marseille, but then, of course, we saw a little bit of Marseille in the semis of the Conference League last year, and Palon Ballon goes on about Marseille all the time, so heard about him a lot, and from what I've seen, very good player. And Zinchenko, of course, starts at left back.
I can see that. He's in my fantasy team.
He's also in my fantasy team. The pivot of Partey and Xhaka. You might be in fantasy team, I can't remember if I'm honest.
You've got any of that? No.
Partey and Xhaka in the pivot. Again, interesting.
Partey?
I was going to say, Partey starts tonight. Arsenal backing him despite the allegations, but nothing's been proven. So, the Partey case, I don't want to go into it too much. It's a separate matter, really, to football. So I don't really want to talk about it because it's it's not football at the end of the day. But it's no, it's not. It's Robbie Savage. And it's not Robbie Savage, it's some other bloke that looks like him. Because obviously, it's a case of he says, she says, really. It's hard to... It is petite, isn't it? Yeah. It's hard to really work out what's going on without cold, hard facts. So, he is... Palmer's always a good player. The Palace fans loved him first time round, I mean. Yeah, he did play for Palace. Yeah. He was really young, Fair enough. Hopefully, he can do well tonight. Saka then on the right. Martinelli on the left. Captained Martin Odegaard. Very interesting, that.
He's also in my fantasy team.
And Gabriel Jesus leads the line.
Wait, some random bloke trying to get a picture in the Crystal Palace dugout with Emmanuel Petit and Patrick Vieira.
I mean, if you're an Arsenal fan, that's your dream, isn't it? That both of them are obviously there.
Even a Palace fan, I'll take a picture of
I enjoy this from Nick Knack. Will Xhaka last 90 minutes without being sent off? That's the question. We did have a game last season. Xhaka red card bingo. Might have to bring it back this year. If you're going to go a minute for Xhaka to be sent off tonight, what are you thinking? There's a new one. Usually we have first goal scorer. This week, 0-0, but what minute is Xhaka going to get sent off?
I can see Arsenal going, taking the lead, and then Xhaka in the 40th minute just going and breaking someone's leg in half.
Just getting bored.
Who's ref tonight?
I can have a look.
Is it Craig Pawson?
Will it be on Footmob?
Yeah.
It is Anthony Taylor.
Oh.
So we need anything to make this better. I mean, we're not going to see a red card in the first minute, but we could just see him give a penalty for a laugh.
Yeah.
So that could be exciting.
I'll have a look on who's on in a minute.
Okay. It could be one of the ones that's just retired, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Because they've all moved into... Is it PGMOL
they've taken
positions?
Other roles in the PGMOL.
Yeah. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Right. we've got a lot of time to fill,
Yes,
so I think we'll start. I mean, first I'm going to check whether I have Zinchenko or not, so I know whether to back him or not.
I think I do have. I think I'm now checking as well. Also on 0 points because there's no games been played. I have Zinchenko and Odegaard.
I don't. I've got Saka and Jesus. That's who I've got. I did. Yeah, I got rid of Zinchenko. Yeah. Sorry for hogging all the comments, by the way. That's fine, Nick-Nack. At least we have someone interacting.
Put as much as
Obviously,
you want, mate.
other people, you're letting Nick-Nack control the show. Make sure to get involved, of course, if you are watching along at home.
Don't stop
The interaction is amazing.
Here we go.
Arsenal win 4-0. Jesus 2, Saka 1, Martinelli 1. Yeah, Chelsea fan. That's a very bold prediction. I do like the look of this Arsenal team, I have to be honest. Oh, right, Nick-Nack, this is an interesting point because a lot of people are backing them to be better than the likes of Chelsea, Tottenham, maybe even breaking the Man City, Liverpool force. I do think all three of Chelsea, Arsenal and Tottenham will be ahead of Man City and Liverpool going into the World Cup. I think it's a bit of a bold prediction, but I think with the new look attacks for City and Liverpool, it will take time for them to adapt to the Premier League. And then, yeah, I think Arsenal's pre-season's given their fans kind of false hope they're going to win the league or something.
Yeah.
If Arsenal win the league, fair play. Then I'm wrong, but I just don't see them being right at the sharp end. I think this is the type of game tonight which will decide how they're going to get on. Because this is a game which past seasons Arsenal would lose, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking back to Brentford this time last year when Sergi Canos, absolutely fantastic volley, but
Brentford Community Stadium went absolutely mental.
that was a brilliant night. And I was starting to think, Brentford going to win the league. I think I literally subbed out 3 Brentford players into my team immediately and took minus points. I was that excited from it. But yeah, if Arsenal lose tonight, I think it'll be a big tell that they're not going to be right up there. If Arsenal win, though, these are the kind of games which they need to go over. Because I think games against Man City and Liverpool, obviously they're big games. You want to win them. But these are the games you have to win if you want to be up there. Because you can win a league by losing all the big games but winning all the little games.
Yeah.
Because other clubs will slip up at times. So it's about consistency. If Arsenal can get some consistency, especially since I don't think their fixture list is too unkind to them.
Why is Will Hughes?
But yeah.
To be fair, you're right.
Yeah. And we've got loads of stuff in the chat. Caden Holloman, guys, we can't hear you. My phone is full volume, still no sound. And no one else is complaining of that, Caden. So try just going off the stream, then clicking back on, or clicking on another video and then clicking back on. I was going to say, can we test that theory?
Oh yeah, I can test it. We're pretty loud.
Oh yeah, mine's working. Yeah, I think that's a problem your end, Caden. So just try and sort that out. I guess it's not we can't fix it. But I did have this when I clicked on one of our videos recently, and I just put on another videos and then put it back on. You have to put subtitles on.
Because they're always great.
I was gonna say.
YouTube-generated subtitles are rubbish.
It could be anything. They do a good job considering it is quite hard to, because we don't speak like perfect English.
No.
Good morrow, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back.
Hello, guys, and welcome to an absolute lovely stream on the old football chat.
Right, and just a little glance at the poll in chat. 11 votes now, 73% Arsenal, 27% Palace. That's quite high for Palace from what I expected. No one backing a draw tonight. That's not rare to see on these streams. Nobody wants to see a draw in football. They want excitement. But yeah. And SpongeBob SquarePants, welcome to the stream with full caps. Subtitles are not available, it says. Of course. We're live.
Oh yeah, streams can't subtitles on.
Well, you can go watch our other videos and put subtitles on.
Yeah, I just try and reload it,
try pressing on another video, preferably of ours, and then clicking back on the stream, and that should fix it.
FPL podcast.
The sound is good for me. Yeah, thank you, Chelsea fan, for the feedback. Yeah, if it is good for everyone else, then yeah, definitely it's a problem your end, Caden. So hopefully you can get that fixed and enjoy the brilliant content that we're supplying here. You guys are more eloquent than most. Appreciate it, Nick. Good.
Yeah,
that's a positive comment. I'm going to add that to the... Eventually, I want to have a wall of positive comments.
It's only like when Chelsea are playing that I might get a bit angry.
Yeah.
But you're
or Villa. Or Lincoln are just playing somewhere else in the world.
Well, actually, we don't watch Villa. We'll have to watch Villa at some point.
We did watch Villa Arsenal last year, didn't we?
Yeah, I know.
And Villa lost that. No, we will do games from every team.
Yeah.
I think, maybe we'll miss one club, but hopefully... We'll try and get through as many different teams as possible.
Yeah.
Especially considering how many games there are so early in this season, just to get it all in.
Yeah.
So yeah. Right.
You took a breath like you were going to read something else, so I didn't wait.
I will then. I'm on the draw in the betting at 3.75. Just seemed a bit too big. Again, I don't really know much about betting, but that sounds interesting. Hopefully you win, and then you can invest it into the football chat content.
Oh yeah, I dabbled me and betting and all over my head.
Yeah, the app things don't really make sense. I can get my head around like the odds of like 2 to 1.
I don't get odds.
3 to 1.
I don't get.
Well, it's just if you bid £1, you get 3 back if it wins.
Just all confuses me.
Okay.
I'm not good with numbers and betting. Actually, no, I like it.
I was gonna say, yeah, well, you don't speak well, so.
I do speak well. Why do I not speak well?
To be fair, you're right. Right, 16 votes now. 62% Arsenal, 38% Palace. Let's just see. Sound is back now, lad. Fantastic, Caden.
That's great. That's good to hear.
Love it.
So you can hear our great
commentary, analysis build up. Jack and Harry, the best appreciated Chelsea fan. I guess since we've got a bit of time, we'll get into like the match and stuff about 7:30 maybe.
What's time now?
It's now 7:15.
Oh,
So a bit of time. Bit of transfer stuff then, I guess we could discuss because there's been a bit of movement in recent days.
Here we go.
I mean, Chelsea are the big ones to talk about, obviously. Kukurea through the door. Yeah. Moves for De Jong and Fofana seem close. Alonso heading out. Aspi now on a 2-year deal. A lot of changes in there.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. It's I think the Kukurea deal's a good one.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot of doubt between it, but Brighton saying that nothing had been negotiated with anyone, and then like the same day or the day later.
Well, I think the problem was they wanted Colwill, obviously on loan. They wanted an option to buy in that originally.
They will get Colwill on loan, but without an option.
Yeah, there's no option to buy in it. So yeah, that's good. I think it's brilliant from Chelsea. Yeah. So let's see. It doesn't matter if I win or not. Pros aren't bothered about individual games. Not that I'm a pro. I was going to say, Nick sounds like you're like a pro gambler. Is that what they call them?
I mean, to be honest, I think that's a great deal for everyone. Great deal for Chelsea because there's no option to buy, so he'll come back. There's a great deal for Brighton because they've got a very good player.
I think the only problem is they don't really replace what they're losing, but equally it's not too hard to get a left back.
No.
Maybe even go to Chelsea and say, can we have Emerson as well? Or you look at Stuttgart and you go and get Borna Sosa.
They were interested in Angelino, weren't they, from RB Leipzig?
Yeah, that could work, especially. But aren't Leipzig signing someone that would make that make sense? Can't remember.
Oh.
But Angelino, yeah, that would be a very good addition to the Brighton squad. So either him, maybe Borna Sosa, maybe you look at David Raum, though he looks like isn't he the one going Leipzig?
Maybe, yeah.
David Raum, so that would make sense there. But yeah. 8pm kickoff and Sky have build up since 6:30. Yeah, we've not got.
I mean, their build up is Jamie Carragher doing shuttle runs with a load of
Palace players.
No, they weren't players. They're like children, like mascots.
Right.
We're not doing that.
Well, also we don't have Vieira and Petit to talk to. 21 subscribers. What's that? Words. AFCB Fan TV, welcome. 21 sub. Is that what you're on now? Let me have a look. Oh yeah, well done. Well done. Especially since you've not. It doesn't say you've posted any videos, so you've done really well there. I'll subscribe as well. Look.
22 now.
Let me refresh it. It still says 21, but yeah, it should say 22. Jack and Harry, do you like Chelsea away kit? I'll be honest. If I'm going to buy one of the kits, it's going to be the away at the moment, probably.
I mean, the home.
Home's not great.
I'll always buy the home. I'll always buy the Chelsea home shirt, but it's not great.
Equally, the leaked third shirt looks nice, but that's not out yet.
I criticised and I said I didn't like the Chelsea home shirt.
What, this year?
This year. I actually like it now. I really like it now.
Not a fan.
It's grown on me. It's grown on me a lot.
I hate it.
And I think this year's as well.
It's also really tight to skin. I'm hoping that this year they aren't so tight fitting, the Chelsea shirts. And also, white shirt. I prefer white shirts. They're often quite light. I mean, this one, the England shirt, lovely.
Mark, he actually warming up.
Mark, yeah, they're interviewing him, so maybe he can do some.
He's playing a game in 40 minutes, and he's being interviewed by Rachel. Is it Rachel? No, it's Kelly. Kelly, someone.
Can't remember, but yeah. 2-1 Arsenal. Fair enough.
Interesting.
Who've Bournemouth got this weekend?
Villa away.
Ooh. Is that on? That's tomorrow, isn't it? 3
no,
o'clock
it's
kickoff.
Villa at home, I think.
3 o'clock kickoff, isn't
3 o'clock kickoff, yeah.
Exciting times. Yeah, well, we're not streaming tomorrow, but we are back, of course, Sunday for West Ham Man City, so join us there. The stream page I'll
Yeah.
put out at some point tomorrow. And of course, Chelsea Everton is on tomorrow, which I'll be watching. But yeah, we won't be live for that one, but we will be back on Sunday.
Bit of cricket as well.
Yeah, no one wants to watch cricket.
Someone's watching the cricket, surely.
23 now, mate. AFCB,
Oh,
Fan
lovely.
TV, you're killing it.
Shall I make it 24? Go on, I'll make it 24. Oh god, I need to put you in timeout.
Yeah, that wouldn't be great.
There you go. 24 now, there you go. There you go,
I feel like while everyone's subscribing to channels, this is a great chance to shout out our own channel. Make sure to subscribe to the football chat, but also the Formula 1 chat.
Boy,
Absolute
Lucky
shell.
Manson, the most successful long passes by an outfielder last season.
Hang on, look, I'll make the Formula 1 chat say hi.
Right, so you can all click on it, go to the
Yeah.
channel and subscribe.
It's our second channel for those who are new around here. We make F1 content as well as football content, though. We've made a lot more football content in our time.
Oh yeah, a lot more.
But yeah, I'll say
And
hello.
we're talking about more when it comes to football. I don't know actually.
Yeah.
My knowledge of both isn't super.
I'm an expert in everything.
I'm hardly David Ornstein and
Fabrizio Romano, yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to think of any F1. Really.
Right. Oh, hello, the Formula 1 chat. Welcome to the stream.
Wow. Didn't see you there. Wonder how that happened. Magic.
Right. Yeah. Other transfer news? What's happened in the last few days? Bernd Leno went Fulham.
Yeah, that's a great deal for Fulham. He's in my fantasy team as well. But as a backup.
He's not
keeper.
in mine.
I've got him in my
Should
team.
we run through our FPL teams as well?
Yeah, because obviously
We could do that
they wouldn't
for
have seen the
people.
video, would they?
No one watched that.
On the FPL. Go on, have a little cheeky run through.
Right. So my team starting tonight. I have Saka and Jesus in this match. I do have Tyreek Mitchell. He's my third sub though. I do think they will lose tonight. If Mitchell now goes on to get a goal, assist, and they keep a clean sheet, I will cry. You will see me in absolute tears.
Yeah.
So I've got De Gea in goal against Brighton. I think that's going to be some points, hopefully. Then I've got Doherty, Trippier and Reece James all starting. Doherty's got Southampton, Trippier, Forest, James Everton. I'm hoping clean sheets across the board there, potentially. Or maybe at least 2 clean sheets would be nice. Then I've got Son captained. That's a bit of a bold shout, but I think he will do well against Southampton. Mason Mount, Saka and Sancho in the midfield. And then my 3 strikers are Havertz, Nunes and Jesus. It's a bit of a... I've gone for an absolute dice roll in the up front. I mean, even Sancho as well as a dice roll, but I've definitely... Havertz and Nunes could have an absolute flop. They're all strikers. Havertz isn't an out-and-out striker, and Nunes and Jesus have just joined. So there's a little bit of trepidation for me there. And on my bench, I have Pope. Obviously, they're playing Forest. Leon Bailey, Villa player against Bournemouth. Neco Williams against Newcastle. And as I mentioned, Tyreek Mitchell.
Rightio. Starting in goal, I have Emi Martinez against Bournemouth. That should be a clean sheet for me. Then Zinchenko, I've got starting tonight against Palace. Hopefully he can keep a clean sheet. Then I've got Chilwell against Everton and Perisic against Southampton.
I'll be honest with Emmy, I'm not too sure he will keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, he will.
I think Jane Anthony, he's being slept on a bit. I think he's going to score.
I think Diego Carlos
What did I go for on predictions? Did I go 5-2 Villa?
Yeah, you did.
That was a bit of
and then Salah against Fulham, captained.
Yeah.
Odegaard's playing tonight against Palace. I'm expecting him to get a goal or assist, or both. Luis Diaz also against Fulham. Son against Southampton. And Leon Bailey against Bournemouth. Hoping he starts, he might not.
I was going to say, I have him one of my subs. So.
And then a front 2 of Danny Ings
Flexible.
against Bournemouth. Again, hoping he starts. And Ivan Toney against Leicester, who with Danny Ward in goal, I'm expecting a guaranteed goal. On the bench,
Fair enough.
Leno, Skowaka, Neco Williams and Tyreek Lamptey.
Love it. Just brush up to 61. Thank you very much, Nick Knack. And Havertz has a bit left field. Is indeed, obviously, massive Kai Havertz fans. There's a little bit of bias there. We did have a Havertz shirt here. We've still got the England stuff off. We will make sure to change that for Sunday. But for now, the England stuff can stay. We had that all through the summer, obviously, where we had the Women's Euros and the Nations League.
And the Under-19 Euros.
And the 19 Euros as well.
Yeah, the Under-19 Euros.
We won a lot, didn't we? Other than we didn't win a game in the Nations League, and we won every game in the Women's Euros and the Under-19 Euros. So
Yeah.
does this mean we're going to win every game at the Qatar World Cup?
I really hope so.
Only time will tell. Right, we've got still 34 minutes till kick off. It's absolutely ages.
Yeah.
People in chat, what do you want to talk about? Well, we've got a lot in. Nick Knack's sent his whole team. Are you in the TFC League, Nick Knack? If I will stick the code in chat as well. so people who haven't joined can join. There should still be time to, I think you can still join before kickoff.
Alison Diaz, Robertson, Trent, Reece, Cancelo, Martinelli, Kulusevski, Son, Mount, Jesus.
It's a very strong side. I don't know how I feel about Greenwood and Caicedo. I think going cheap for players and then buying more premiums is not what I prefer to do.
Yeah.
I prefer to go for just across the board.
I never
quality.
pick premium defenders. Or I don't like a minute maximum. I'll go one or two.
Well, I've not got Cancelo or Trent this year, but I do have Reece.
I always look at midfielders. That's how I think. Because obviously, I've managed to get Salah, Diaz, Son, and Odegaard.
Probably not. Can I still join? I presume you can still join FPL leagues this close to the game. If not, you'll be there for next week. I've just put the code in chat, but it's
YY.
P3KKYY. We mentioned about 90 times in the FPL podcast.
Don't know really much.
We mentioned that about 90 times this stream already, but yeah.
That's right, go watch it after this. If you've now heard our team, so you know the whole point of it.
Yeah, you're better off watching Prem Predictions. Yeah. Just a massive plug for the other content. Yeah. Right, tonight's game then. Dangerman.
It's an interesting one.
Who are we thinking? Obviously, Sky and I'm highlighting Gabriel Jesus.
We've got
watching
to
us
talk about.
Taking notes.
We've got to talk about the new signings. Start with Arsenal.
Of course.
Starting back of defence. I think we look at this defence. Ramsdale was nailed on. Ben White at right back. Saliba at centre half.
I think Ben White is especially that right hand side is a position they could potentially attack. I mean, they're even bringing up fantasy on here, saying that Gabriel Jesus is the most selected player. It makes sense. He's a striker valued at 8 mil who's starting for a team and he's looked starting for a top team and he's looked really good in pre-season. So it makes sense that 76% have selected him. So yeah, Jesus is obviously the danger man, but I do think Arsenal's right hand side of the defence does leave him a little exposed. I think
Saliba's an interesting one for me.
I do think Eduard's not going to pose too much of a threat, but Zaha down that left, running at Ben White, I think we could see a penalty there. That's the type of problem that Zaha can cause for
Anthony
Arsenal.
Taylor's refereeing Darren England on VAR.
Yeah, no, 100% nailed on that Palace will have a penalty. So Arsenal need to outscore Palace tonight.
Is there a good Premier League referee? Darren England's all right.
No longer there is. I do think the one thing for Palace though tonight, just to move back to the team, is Elite not playing. Not starting. He is injured. I think they lose a lot of creativity around the side. Etse's very good, but he's not as good as Elise, I'd say. No, very, very good player indeed, but I think Elise's raw ability is a lot better.
Technically better.
And then, obviously, Etse, though I think Etse has kind of been ignored because he missed so much of last season through injury.
It really should.
Obviously, it's Elise's breakout campaign. I'll be intrigued because he could absolutely shock everyone tonight, leaving me getting him in my fantasy team.
And I think another. I'm just going to go read through all those chats.
Yeah, sure. While you're thinking about what you're going to say, Cauliflower onto the stream. Aloha as always. Sorry for being a tad late. Been building a wardrobe. Sounds very interesting. Well, to be fair, I mean you say late, but this is usually the time we're going live. So yeah,
we were early.
Half an hour early. Wait, if that was a bus with his
we nailed it.
We probably would have caught the earlier bus.
Yeah. So. Why are we in other buses?
7 days till Liga. Oh yeah, I forget all the other leagues obviously start later than the Prem, don't they? I mean, the Championship started last weekend.
Bundesliga starts tonight.
Does it?
So.
It's Bayern Munich Frankfurt, isn't it? Very interesting
we'll keep
game.
Tabs on that as well, by the way. For anyone interested.
Leith isn't here, but yeah. I'm in. Excellent knick-knack. I mean, I'll be intrigued to see where you place in the league. We'll be doing probably a weekly FPL show and then see how that goes. Like a podcast episode every week. So yeah. And obviously we mentioned it in Prem Predictions and on stream. So intriguing to see where everyone plays in the league. I'm in for top 100 this year. I got top 200 last year out of 650. You probably finished last.
I was like 391st or 392nd. I won top.
So we had 650 players last year. I think we have 750 this year. So we've gained 100 people from somewhere.
Yeah, thanks everyone who's joined. Nick Nack's one of them. Thanks,
indeed.
So welcome to this year.
We're so close to Bellerin because Arsenal are planning to terminate his contract. Yep, that does make a lot of sense there.
Return to Betis, I believe.
Yes.
It's a return?
I think it's a return. No, he was on loan there last year. I don't know whether he played there back in the day.
Before?
I can't remember.
No, it was Valencia, wasn't he, for Valencia?
Yes, he did indeed. Correct. Matthew Highbrow, yep. Great to see everyone
See, this is what
getting
I
along
mean.
in chat. It's great.
We're such a good community that everyone
Everyone-
joins, all
yeah.
say hi to each other. It's wonderful. So thank you guys for all being out here. Every stream, really.
Yes.
Enjoying us.
And interesting to see how Decore settles in for Palace. Yeah,
Yeah.
it will be. He's a very good player. Of course, if you don't know who Cheikh Decore is, he was at RC Lens last season. A team that, when you say it,
Oh, yeah.
you
Sorry,
don't really... What? Who are you thinking he played for?
Nats.
No. He was at RC Lens, and he formed a fantastic midfield duo with Seiko Fofana, who's being touted with a lot of top sides.
Yeah.
But yeah, those, when you think of RC Lens, you think mid to lower table of the French
Who's
league,
the
but
other
they were
player?
really strong last year with those two and... Who are you thinking of?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think they did have a striker who did well, but I can't remember his name. But yeah, they did well last season, and he's got his move to Palace. I think Decore will do
Yeah.
well in the Prem, but as you say, it will be interesting to see how he settles in. Strange one, the decline of Bellerin. He's still only 27. Yeah, it's kind of...
He's only 27.
Yeah, I know. He's
Has
not been
it-
around
which,
a while.
Which
He moved from Valencia to then Watford, I think, because he was at Watford obviously before his Arsenal
which
days.
football club has he got a stake in?
Forest Green.
Forest Green, that's one. I thought it was Wrexham, but no, that's Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds.
Betis is Bellerin's childhood club.
Yeah, I swear.
So there was a link there. It's
Yeah.
not just
But
completely
Arsenal
random.
don't need him. I think that'll be a very good deal for Betis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd happen to agree there. I think he in the Spanish league he's a lot more suited to it. I think
Yeah.
he'll really excel there. But it's interesting, as you say, the decline of Hector Bellerin. Fantastic little player. But yeah, just got kind of frozen out towards the end of the Wenger era and then just never used under Emery. And that was kind of spelled the end of his Arsenal career. I don't think he's even been in the first team when Arteta's been around. So yeah, it's been an unfortunate demise of him over the last few years.
Really surprisingly.
And welcome Bingo Wings. We've just come on. Great to see. He's completely done with Arsenal, yeah.
I just don't see what he has. He just has nothing left. I think it's
Yeah.
best for him to leave and then
Rebuild his career
Betis,
over at
yeah.
Real Betis. Maxwell Cornet joins West Ham. He does indeed, Chelsea fan. That's a good move for him and for West Ham. They need a left back. Cresswell is good, but he's getting on a bit, and especially if they do switch to a 3-back this year, Cresswell will likely start into 3, and then they can use obviously Cornet in a left wing back role. Considering he used to be a winger, he's very good going forwards, but does also have some defensive credentials to talk about. So yeah, I think it's good. And just highlighting Saliba as we did earlier, Sky are now, and they're talking about him. He's the League on Young Player of the Season last year. Which I didn't know that, but yeah, he's a very good centre half, Saliba. He never really got his fair shot under Emery. I think with a full pre-season at Arsenal now, working under Arteta, who I would say is a much better coach, at least in his Arsenal days. Emery for clubs like who's he managed?
Villarreal.
Villarreal, yeah. I forgot where he was now. I can't remember. Sevilla was it before?
Yeah.
He's just won loads of Europa Leagues. So yeah.
That man's won the Europa League a lot.
He has won the Europa League a lot. Yeah, and he's a specialist, but then obviously lost it with Arsenal. It's interesting to see his demise with Arsenal because obviously in the Spanish league he's a bit of a god.
He is very good. I think he was very. I guess when he came to the Premier League, everyone expected him to do well, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So, hey ho. But I think we haven't actually talked. One massive man we haven't talked about too much. Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, he will change the game tonight. Well,
yeah.
we expect
I
him
can't.
to.
How many goals did he get last season? And a City team where he was a rotation option and often played in the wing at
He
times.
got quite a few, and then in pre-season this year, he has been tearing it up.
Isn't it something like 10 goals, 5 games? I saw from an Arsenal fan account on
Maybe.
Twitter.
I think so. Around that.
He's done something really
Around
good in
that,
pre-season.
Yeah. But I just think.
The link up between him and Saka's looked really good as well.
Yeah.
I do think he'll elevate Saka's numbers, and Saka will elevate Jesus' numbers. Two of them will form a really good partnership. And that's not even considering Martin Odegaard or Gabriel Martinelli, who I think is a player who can always cause any opposition trouble.
Yeah.
Because he will just run at your defenders, and he's very, very skillful. He's a great finisher, but he's also quite tall. Like relative for a winger,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
he's quite tall. He's a bit of an
he can play through the middle, can't he?
Arnautovic. Yeah.
He can't play from the middle. so
Well,
he
that
does
was where he
have
played when he
play
scored
though.
that fantastic solo goal against Chelsea.
That was
That
fantastic,
was
sadly.
so sad.
Yeah.
When Kante just slipped over, it's the first mistake I ever saw Kante make ever in his whole life. Bellerin turned down Atletico Madrid for us and Inter, I think. Yeah, I think that makes sense though for Bellerin. Would you rather start at Betis or be a bench warmer at Atletico or Inter? I don't think he's got the aspiration to just be a bench warmer. If not, he'd stay at Arsenal, obviously. So I think that makes sense though. Other news tonight is Benteke has joined Rooney at DC United.
Wow.
Has he? That is absolutely mental, but I love it.
I like that.
Absolutely love that.
Benteke, what, he's had enough of the Prem, has he?
Yeah. I was also intrigued by the Rooney transfer, something we've not really talked about on here, but I was intrigued he went back to DC United. I thought if he's going to MLS to be a manager, into Miami. I know obviously Phil Neville's there, but he's not very good at managing anything.
Beckham's not going to get rid of Phil Neville.
No, but you could have said, "Oh, Phil, do you want to be the assistant? We'll bring Rooney in." And
yeah, then Gary Neville will get on the phone and be like, "You can't do that."
Fair enough.
Mate.
They'll probably just wait until Phil Neville inevitably does something completely stupid, and then
like they did with the England women team.
Was never really a good manager. They never really achieved anything. Then just got rid of him for
Yeah.
Serena Weigman. Fantastic case.
Yeah.
So
And what a difference that was. Maybe getting rid of Phil Neville in Miami would be great.
MLS, it's something we've not really ever talked about on here because obviously for us in England, if we want to watch it, it's 2 a.m. in the morning, so it's not really a league it's easy to follow. I mean, I'd love to do a stream when we cover it, but
it's a weird
it would
format
have
as well.
I don't mind it. It's better than some formats, like leagues like Peru, there's about 9 different tables going on and no one knows what's going on. I think that
It's nothing against
it's very Super Bowl, but they kind of have to do it in America
Super Bowl.
because it is such a big country. Yeah. It's like if Europe had a league, pretty much. Like you can't be jetting across the globe every. If an away match is like Dundee, that's a bit of a trek. If it's like Hungary, though, it's a bit more of a trek, I think. So it does make a difference there.
I think I'd rather be.
What, Dundee?
I think I'd rather be Dundee.
I'd rather be in Budapest. Beautiful place.
I think I'd rather be in Dundee.
Not there for the nicest fans ever. Dundee, actually, bit of a off-topic point, but they won in the Europa Conference League.
Did they actually?
Yeah, they beat AZ Alkmaar 1-0 in the Conference League.
That was Dundee.
Takes them to a second leg, obviously, this Thursday. If they win that, they're into the next round of qualification.
And then after that round, no.
And if they win that, they'll be into the next round. I think they play some pretty easy teams when I was looking at it. Let me have a look.
Go on, Dundee.
At
the Dundee.
the mighty Dundee. Because I was looking at the Conference League. I saw this on yesterday.
Obviously, Chiellini and Bale are both at...
Into Miami, aren't they?
Yes, in Miami.
Into Miami could cook next year, to be fair. It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. I definitely think they could, unless obviously...
That's a question. If people in chat, if we did...
It wasn't in Miami, it was LAFC, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, sorry, they are at LAFC. Yeah. Van Chiellini. Sorry, forgot about that one. But yeah. And they have... No, LA Galaxy, sorry. They've signed Douglas Costa. Who's the other ones? They made a fantastic... Oh, Ricky Puig from Barcelona to LA Galaxy.
And I said like how Cesc Fabregas 2 years ago in 2020, Cesc Fabregas said that Ricky Puig could be the next Iniesta, and now 2 years later, Ricky Puig is playing for LA Galaxy.
And
not quite Iniesta.
Cesc is in Como in Italy, which is a beautiful place, by the way.
Lovely.
Where he plays now. His career has been fantastic.
I know.
He's been in Barcelona, London, Monaco, and now Como.
And London twice.
Yeah, obviously. Right, what was I looking at? The fixtures for Dundee. Who they play in the net if they can get through. Okay, it doesn't say. Oh wait, no, I need to just go across, obviously.
Up a Dundee.
But I saw that they have a relatively easy game if they can get through.
Oh, it's up. They've got up. That's down. Up.
What?
Up.
Where's Dundee?
Up there. AZ Alkmaar. Riga FC versus Gil Vicente.
They're beatable teams. Gil Vicente are a good little side from Portugal. I don't know who Riga FC is, but they sound beatable.
Kimmich scored already?
Oh my god.
What time did they kick off?
I believe it's a 50:30, so that's 10 minutes in.
You are joking.
And Bayern are already beating Frankfurt, who, may I add, are the reigning Europa League champions, and they will play Real Madrid on Wednesday.
Minutes. It's 1-0 after 6 minutes.
Yeah, the goal came after 5. Yeah, pretty mental.
Bayern Munich have already won the league.
Renato Sanchez is now PSG player. Yeah, that was interesting, Matteo. I think for just 15 mil as well. It's absolute robbery.
Does Lille just want PSG to win?
I don't think they've got an option. I imagine Ronaldo's only got a year left in his deal or something like that. If not that, surely they wouldn't let him leave. If he wants to leave, there's not a lot you can do about a player that's got short contract and off. Yeah. Kimmich already scored there. And Frankfurt face Real Madrid on Wednesday. So that'll be the first German side we watch of the season. We'll be watching them get pasted by Real Madrid.
I recognise those two. The two.
The comedian on the right is in Little Britain. Don't know the guy on the left.
We're about to find out, I'm guessing, hopefully. Two people on Friday Night Football.
And Nick Nack's a Saints fan. Fair enough.
For you.
Nah, I do think you could struggle this year, but...
This year, yeah. I says James, he's a comedian and a Swansea fan.
Oh, God, even more poor him, mate.
Swansea.
By the way, thanks to whoever has subscribed. We're on 733. If we could get another 7, get up to 740, that'd be absolutely lovely. Of course, we are going for the goal of 1,000 subscribers this year. It's a big goal. Can we hit it? I don't know. We'll see. Would be bloody lovely too, though. But yeah, we have now not long till kick-off, to be fair. We've only got 18 minutes till kick-off. Yeah. We'll get into our predictions
Matt Lucas,
in about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
yes.
I should have known that.
Him and David Williams in Little Britain. Yeah. Quality show. Yeah.
It was alright.
What, you're not a fan of Little Britain?
No, it's good.
Disgrace, mate. It's not like best comedy of all time, but it was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Right. 4 was my prediction for Bayern tonight. You think Frankfurt are going to score? I think it'd be 9-0 at this rate. Yeah. Got the rate they're scoring, yeah. Oh, we're up to 735 now.
No,
if I mentioned subscribers. 734, sorry.
God,
right. Got ahead of myself. Why'd you panic? Oh, God, too many. 734, I love it. 735, too many. You'll have 1,000 by Crimbo easy. I don't want to get overconfident, but we are looking good at the moment.
I don't like the word Crimbo.
Crimbo?
Christmas. It's Christmas or christening or...
What are your thoughts on Xmas?
I don't like it.
I think it's fine on cards, but not saying it. Harry Enfield is better than Little Britain. I've not seen it.
Sorry, what?
Harry Enfield, the message
Probably.
from Nick. I don't know. All right, sorry. I don't know what your problem with Little Britain is, but...
I do like Little Britain.
Yeah, I've not seen Harry Enfield, so I don't know. I'll have to have a little look.
Yeah.
What Harry Enfield is.
I mean, we watch one comedy show first, Crystal Palace. No, in all seriousness, it should be a very good game.
Palace could win tonight. I mean,
obviously,
think
last year when these lot met on the 4th of April, last year, 2022, Palace won 3-0 at Selhurst Park. It was Monday Night Football. Last season, 4th of April, Monday Night Football, Crystal Palace won 3-0. It was goals from Mateta, Ayew and Zaha.
Yeah, it's just the way you emphasised last year. It's like, 3 months ago.
But the difference that game was a Gallagher masterclass. Palace, without Gallagher obviously this season, impact, thoughts.
But I think Jake Decore is going to be a difference. I think Jake Decore replaces
Well, that's bold.
Conor Gallagher. I think you are going to miss his goals and assists, but in terms of his running and his energy, Decore does cover that completely.
Yeah.
And I think Schlupp could be the creative player. And with Eze back as well, people are forgetting how good he is. At least they slots into the side on his
really
return.
But the thing is, this game, Palace and Arsenal seasons are down to, like, if Edouard, Eze, Zaha, Elise hit the ground running and Decore.
Yeah, exactly.
Arsenal, in pre-season, it all looks like Jesus, Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka. It all looks like they're hitting the ground running.
Yeah, because Edouard, a bit of a unshown talent.
That's
so far. He's always had that raw potential, but he's never really shown it yet for Palace.
He was captain for Norway. He's now captain for Arsenal this season.
Oh my! I thought you didn't mention Odegaard. I thought you just talked about Edouard.
No,
I lost there. But yeah, Odegaard.
I thought you were talking about Odegaard.
I said Edouard. Okay, Anyway, Odegaard, fantastic little player. I think will have a big impact.
Yeah.
Because last season he did look a lot better. I think this year, with Jesus now getting on the end of his balls over the top and crosses and deliveries from set pieces, I think that will make a big difference.
Yeah.
We've got 15 minutes. We've got another 5 minutes. Anything else you want to talk about? People in chat, make sure to get it in now, and we're getting into our predictions in about 5 minutes' time.
I was going to say something.
In the meantime, never been convinced by Schlupp. He's one of those borderline Premier League Championship players. I agree. He's not obviously you'd rather have someone better in the midfield, but Schlupp's not a terrible player. I think he works hard. He can get goals and assists.
Yeah.
And in the right system, he can do well.
He's a capable.
I would agree that he is one of those yo-yo players. There's a lot of them out there. There are players that aren't quite good enough for the Prem, but way too good for the Championship.
I was thinking he's really hit and miss. Like some games, have an absolute stinker, get a booking,
Yeah.
come off after 50 minutes because he's been rubbish. Some games he'll score you a goal, he'll get you an
Bomb
assist.
down the left, whips a ball in. Zaha's got the end of it.
Running down the road.
You overrate Matty
His name
Cash.
is Matty Cash, and he's
I think
walking down
loads
the
of
road.
people overrate Matt. I don't think he's a good right
Matty
back. Don't get
Cash
me
is
wrong,
class.
but he's not top 5 right backs in the league.
There's a reason he starts for Poland.
He's not even maybe top 10. I don't know.
He's top. Sorry, go on then. Name me 10 right backs in the Premier League better than Matty Cash.
Reece James,
1,
Kyle Walker,
1, 2.
Joe Cancelo.
Walker. No, he's left back.
He is a right back.
No, he's not. He doesn't
He's
play.
playing left
He
back.
doesn't
for
play
City
right back in the
now.
Premier League.
Okay,
Don't count.
Trent.
Right, yeah, 3. You're struggling right
No,
now. aren't you?
Tomiyasu, Doherty,
Whoa,
DJ
whoa, whoa.
Spence.
No, DJ Spence. Matty Cash is better than DJ
He's
Spence.
not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. Kane Ramsey.
Don't even go there.
Guy's literally just joined Liverpool. Who else is there? James Justin.
Oh, no.
Or Castagna.
No, Castagna is not better than Matty Cash.
Nathan Patterson.
Oh, no, you're chatting rubbish now.
Trying to think of the
No.
right backs.
No.
Who's the Wolves right back? Nelson Semedo.
No, Semedo is not better than Matty Cash. You are
Rasmus
chatting
Christensen.
rubbish. Next you can say Nathaniel Klein's better than Matty Cash.
Joe Ward is.
No,
Joking. Right.
Wait, did I... Hang on, I'll tell you. 2-0 Bayern.
Is it already? Yeah, fold the league. It's over. Bayern have won. Give them the
Sorry,
trophy now.
The Europa League champions are losing 2 to Bayern Munich in 40 minutes. The Super Cup is going to be a cricket score.
Yeah, but they almost, let's be honest, they almost lost to Rangers in that game. It's not like they're then going to go in the Champions League this year.
I could
But I
probably...
think it'll be interesting to see Frankfurt in the Champions League.
I could have
Come
saved
out,
down
They come out as
Ramsey's
first seed as well, so I think it gives them a big advantage. What?
They're not going to do well.
No, but if they draw an easy draw, they could easily get either like round 16, which would be big for them. That's TV money. That's
I
reputation.
don't think they'll get an easy draw because I don't think they're good at all. Final, obviously, you have to get to the final. They did really well to beat West Ham. But in that final, they just held on 0-0 as Rangers, and Aaron Ramsey, genuinely the worst penalty I've ever seen. Do you remember? He just tried to, he just literally just rolled it. He could have
It was an
probably,
absolute
he could have
disgrace.
probably like whistled at the ball and it had gone further.
No, he tried to put it down the middle. It's the terrible pan. His whole move to Rangers, to be fair, wasn't great.
Terrible.
Like, if you're looking at a midfielder to get on loan, Aaron Ramsey, a 2-year-old Aaron Ramsey? How old is he?
He's on at Nice now, isn't he?
He's 30, isn't he?
He's got a Nice now.
As well as
Kasper
Kasper Schmeichel. I think that Nice side's going to look decent, to be fair.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty nice.
And on from that, should we get into predictions? We are 11 minutes away from kick-off now, then.
I have to take over.
Yeah, you've smashed that, mate. Right, bit of a chat. I want to see predictions, first goal scorer, and I guess we'll bring it back.
Every single person.
Xhaka red card bingo.
Yes, every single person.
Want some minutes?
In the chat. I want a score. I want a minute for the first goal scorer and a minute for a Xhaka red card.
Who's scoring? What minute? Score prediction.
Xhaka red time bingo.
Xhaka red time bingo. Red card bingo.
We need,
right.
we need a little tune. We need a little tune for it. Xhaka red time bingo.
No, why are you calling it red time bingo?
Oh, red card bingo.
Yeah, you should rename it.
Red card bingo.
Why have you gone down on the bingo? Right,
Red
moving
card,
on.
Bingo.
What is your prediction for the game?
Bingo. That won't work.
Prediction for the game.
I'm gonna say
Scoreline.
2-0 Arsenal.
Yeah.
With goals from Odegaard and Granit Xhaka. Because Xhaka will score to put Arsenal ahead
2 foot someone.
in the 32nd minute.
Right.
And then in the 44th minute, about on the halfway line, Eze's going to take a touch round him and he is going to come flying in, studs up, 2 feet. Anthony Taylor gives it a yellow card on pitch because he's washed. Darren England goes, "Hello mate, you might go look at the screen, VAR check." Anthony Taylor changed the decision, sends off Reece James. I've still got flashbacks from last year.
Yeah.
Sends off Granit Xhaka, and Granit Xhaka bingo, 44th minute.
Oh, that's about one.
So 32nd minute for Xhaka to score, and then in the 44th for him to get sent off.
I'm going to go 2-2.
Oh.
I'm going to go Jesus and Saka to score first half, and to set each other up. And then Xhaka to get sent off in the 57th minute. And then goals from Eze and Decore on debut.
Ooh, before he gets his legs snapped by Xhaka.
No, Xhaka, 2 yellows. And the second one will be for kicking the ball away. He'll forget he's on a yellow, level the ball into the crowd.
Xhaka, red card, bingo.
Right, I'll put all my stuff in there. It'll be a reckless tackle on Zaha for me. Yeah, probably a penalty as well.
It's the type of one where he's going to come through the back of Zaha, and Zaha's just going to make a meal of it, getting Xhaka sent off. And then Zaha will do a little wink to Edouard. And then the cameras will catch it, and then be like, oh my god, this is match fixing.
Oh,
and then Arsenal fans are going to be crying and screaming and wanting the game to be restarted.
And I'm also going to go Jesus, like Nick Nack has, but I'm going to go 7th minute. I think we're going to get a fast start here.
Ooh.
And then I go, as I said, Xhaka, 57.
Red card, and then, everyone else, Matteo, Chelsea fan, whoever else
Get
is
involved.
Here, not to say the 7 people that are here right now.
Predominantly, we care about the Xhaka red card bingo, but the other stuff is...
I'm just here to watch Granit Xhaka get sent off.
And by the way, up to 735 now, so thanks whoever has subscribed. It's a very good evening so far. The football's not even started yet, so I'm buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. Just a quick look at the poll in chat. 36 votes, 61% Arsenal, 31% Palace. There's a lot that think Palace could sneak a win here. And then 8% going for a draw. I do think a draw could be the most likely outcome tonight.
Yeah.
Because Palace are going to play well. But we know Arsenal won't want to lose opening day. So potentially, I do think Arsenal will go ahead and then Palace can bring it back. It's a type of game Palace will bring back. But that, if it's a draw or a Palace win, Arsenal aren't going to be up there for the league this year.
Nah.
If they win, there's a good chance they will. Obviously, I'm not going to base my whole season on one game. But
for Arsenal, on the Friday Night Football, everybody's watching, all the big clubs, all the fans, excited for running back. This is Arsenal's time to make a statement to show that they mean business this season.
Yeah, maybe not all the fans. Might be one person having a night in, maybe watching a movie.
Don't know why you want to do that. Start the Premier League.
Of
we
course.
Are 7 minutes away from the start of the 2022-2023 Premier League season. Buzzing.
Yeah. Chris Palace took 48 points last season, only took one more in one previous PL season. Interesting, that.
Arsenal won all 6 of their pre-season games, scoring 25 goals.
Yeah, but again, it's pre-season. I know they beat Chelsea 4-0. Does that mean they're going to win the league?
Arsenal have only won one of their last 8 games against Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace lost 4 home games last season. Only 3 teams lost fewer.
Arsenal lost 9 PL away games last season.
We're just going through the Sky Sports facts. This is brilliant.
Crystal Palace drew 15 games last season, most of any team. So it's looking like a draw tonight. Arsenal drew 3 PL games last season.
Palace, I swear every time I watch them it's a draw. They either go ahead and then throw it away for some sloppy defending, or the other team go ahead and they bring it back expertly. So which one is it going to be tonight? Well, I've obviously gone for Arsenal taking advantage and then Palace bringing it back.
I think Arsenal are going to win. But
interesting.
Xhaka's still going to get sent off.
Interesting indeed.
Oh, what
that was a great shot for them, but no one saw it.
I know,
no one will believe
I
it.
even put a backspin on it. I even spun it off the wall.
I'm down.
So cool. I'm tempted to turn the
Tom
camera.
Cameron.
I should have been.
Great content, guys. The bin. Should get a bin cam when we throw
I know
things
that
at
we're
it.
5 minutes away from the Premier League start, but here's my bin.
Mike's putting Stato to shame here. You do love a stat.
Yes.
You don't understand and just say it anyway.
I love stats.
Tackles and interceptions per 90.
There's a big sign going on for the Palace, and there's a load of eagles. Isn't it Eddie the Eagle? No, that's not.
I will be honest. The thing I'm most excited about tonight is the kits. These two teams have some beautiful kits this year.
This is an atmosphere, by the way.
And so as part, they've got they've got a bit card up.
No, look, the whole stand is white, red, and blue.
That looks like France.
Crystal Palace Football Club, era after era since 1861.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's fantastic.
Great.
That's football.
It's not exactly the yellow wall, but it does look great.
There's all the fans.
The Palace kit this year, beautiful shirt. I might have to get a Palace shirt because it is just a really nice shirt. What are their numbers for this year? Because if we've got a high number, I'll definitely cop a Palace shirt.
Why do we? Yeah, Arsenal in the car park.
Are they?
Where are they?
I don't know.
That's not the tunnel.
No, there's some scaffold in there.
Is there a tunnel at Selhurst Park?
Well, there has to be, yeah.
Where are Arsenal?
Also, Gabriel is balding at the age of
He is
25.
bald, yeah.
There's a worry. Arsenal players looking a bit nervous. I think there's always going to be a little bit of trepidation for the opening game. Except Jesus looks cool as a cucumber. Yeah, he does. He is just, look at him and Zinchenko's having a chat, joking about. Anyway, Arsenal players making their way onto the field. By the looks of it, they are, coming from the corner, I think, here at Selhurst Park.
And then Chris Pratt's come from the other corner.
No, look, they're both at the same corner.
No, they're not.
They're literally there.
Oh.
The Arsenal players are just round the corner from it. So presumably they don't want them mixing in the tunnel. Obviously, COVID protocols, I guess.
Here we are then.
They're still up.
I mean, this is a fantastic atmosphere.
And they've put up a picture of
a palace.
A palace, yeah. I was going to say, is
made
it?
of crystals. It's
anyway.
Crystal Palace.
Wow. Who'd
Teams walking out for the first time in the Premier League season this year. It's only live on Sky Sports. They're also showing the 100. What's going on? I'm interested. He's
dropped it. Right. Happened to Danos' hair and it didn't affect his ability, did it? I don't think Gabriel's going to headbutt someone. If he did tonight, that would be very exciting. Obviously, we don't condone headbutting people.
Xhaka.
But it would be exciting. Or his own teammate. Why is he doing that? Why have we got sent off, you muppet? Goes and headbutts him and gets himself sent off as well.
Xhaka goes bald. Just as Dan style. Just goes around kicking the shit out of people. But bald.
Oh yeah, no, if Xhaka was balding, that man just starts volleying in from 40 yards.
Called?
I don't know, I don't think it has a name. Eddie the Eagle.
No,
maybe.
It's not Eddie, is it? That's the bloke.
Yeah. Right. Captaining Palace, Odegaard captaining Arsenal. Here's a little refresher of the lineups. It's Patrick Vieira in the dugout for Palace. Now, they've not employed someone else over the summer and just not mentioned it. Guaita, of course, in goal. No changes in nets. They haven't brought anyone in. They haven't lost anyone other than Wayne Hennessy. Big loss. Nathaniel Klein, Mark Gurhey, Joachim Anderson and Tyke Mitchell line up in the back four. It is a midfield three, as I thought, of Etse, Doucouré and Schlupp. I presume then that means we have Wilfried Zaha in attacking mid, or it could be a three up front. It is a three up front. Ayew on the right, that makes sense. Zaha on the left, and Odsonne Edouard leading the line. Interesting to see. Will it be Ayew or Edouard though leading the line? What are we thinking? This has it as Ayew on the right. Zaha will definitely be on the left. That much we know.
Zaha will just be a rotation, and then the other two will stay more central.
Also, someone we've not mentioned at all, Malcolm Eboye. I think Eboye, that's it. What do we think of him? Could he?
From Derby, didn't he? Yeah.
He did run from Derby. Could he come on and make a big impact in this game?
We're not doing Arsenal lineup.
No, everyone knows already. I think it's more to talk about
Eboye.
Eboye. Maybe one day, if he does come on, I'm going to have to learn how to say his name. But Eboye.
Anyone know the Palace player we're talking about? Malcolm Eboye. Is it Eboye?
It's Eboye, I think.
Eboye.
That would make sense from how it's spelled. Maybe he should come on and tell us how to say his name. Mind you, if I introduce the podcast...
Midfielder's a bit weak. Doucouré's going to have his work cut away. I do think Gallagher does leave a bit of a hole, but as we said, I think Schlupp is a hot and cold player. Eze's very good, but he's very attacking, so it's going to come down to Doucouré to do the business defensively.
I've seen Palace fans thinking Doucouré is going to be a DM. He's not really. He's very good defensively, but I still think they need a DM. Ideally, your midfield three is one of Elise or Etse, Doucouré, and then a DM. But instead it's just not, Time to change channels at Matteo. Yes, indeed. The Premier League is on there. Or, you're going to need a lot of devices to have us, the Bayern game, and the Crystal Palace Arsenal game. Though, of course, you don't really need to watch the game because our commentary is so good, you know exactly what's going on. Right. Kick-off is just moments away. They pan to Arteta. They pan to Vieira, of course, ex-Arsenal player. Obviously, that's the thing he's most famous for. Palace will get us underway. Home side today. Of course, there is a new rule in there for the starting of games from the coin toss, isn't it?
Yeah. Also, there's selective taking of the knee.
Right, what's that mean?
So they'll only do it at certain games to keep the flowing of the games going.
Okay, right.
So they will take it in. So it's all around football, especially in England.
Anyway, Palace get us kicked off in this game. Let's head back to Anderson to. I was going to say Klein there, but it's Gurhey. I'm absolutely buzzing for this game. We've got some new Sky graphics as well, which makes it harder to understand what's going on. Love that.
What have they done then? They're just trying to be edgy like us, but they're just not the same.
No, our graphics are so clear.
What have they?
I was going to say, it's all just very messy now. So if you do work at Sky, please take on the feedback. Your graphics are too messy.
Yeah,
and maybe just copy ours, exactly.
Yeah, our graphics are probably better.
Right, Ben White with the throw here.
Well, I was saying, yeah, they're taking the knees selective now, so they'll only be done in Carabao Cup ties, FA Cup, meaningful Carabao Cup ties, FA Cup ties, opening games, Christmas and Boxing Day games that they aren't doing this year, so I don't know why they've listed that as a thing. Final day games and all the finals.
Okay.
Like your random match week 11 again, Bournemouth versus Everton. They aren't going to be taking.
It's a weird decision. I don't think it takes that much time to do it. And it's a strong message, but we move. If it keeps
the statement of intent
certain fans happy, then
And then obviously the fourth official now has a ball. They get their ball this year as well to keep the game flowing. As long as there's also 8 balls.
What seconds do you want? The timer below, like there. Have I smashed it?
Right there.
Over there.
Oh no!
Then
there, no left.
That'll tell you exactly what second we're on. Yeah, just line up. Right, Arsenal bringing the ball forward with Zinchenko now, number 35. He's got quite a high number for.
Got him in fantasy team, mate. Get some points.
Could get booked there, diving.
It does look like more of a 4-3. It looks more to me
Xhaka.
like a 4-3-2-1.
It's nice into Martinelli. He's driving inside, looks to switch the play. Odegaard lets it go to Saka. Saka now against Tyrick Mitchell. Slows it down, gives it to White. Then White slots it across to Zinchenko. He wanted to go out wide, then does go out wide to Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli, Xhaka, Zinchenko now with it. He tries to switch the play, it's cut out. I hit about
Odegaard,
7 different players.
Saka. Really fast start from Arsenal.
Paz doing a very good job though of not allowing them to create any meaningful chances. That's a dubious free kick given from
Odegaard.
Anthony Taylor. Odegaard tries to find Saka. It's very well cut out by Tyrick Mitchell. Hopefully that's bonus points.
That's not me being biased that I want to shoot and try to score from a fantasy team, but he should have a shot.
Zaha. Got it, we're in sync. Looks ominous already. Arsenal moving the ball around very well, but I do think Paz will keep them quiet, at least for the first minutes. I know I said a Jesus 7-minute goal, but this Paz side do look like they're doing a good job of just putting the press, keeping the press high, not really allowing Arsenal any time on the ball. Here's Mark Guehi bringing out of defence for Palace. Tries to find Edouard. He tries to flick it on, but there's no one really up there with him, so to no avail, and he missed the ball anyway, so just fell to Gabriel. Zinchenko. Inside to Partey. He gives it to Jesus, who tries a nice little flick, and then that was poor from I believe it was Schlapp gave away the ball. Jesus, this is a brilliant run. He tries to slot it in. Martinelli. Oh, that's a big miss. Martinelli's missed an absolute sitter there. It has to be said. He should be slotting that away. No doubt in my mind. Jesus, it's a fantastic drive inside. I thought he was going to score there.
That is a huge miss from Martinelli.
Sorry, it wasn't Schlapp, it was Zaha, I think.
From Jesus.
Zaha tries to be a little bit too skillful with it, and that's a brilliant block from Guehi, and Martinelli has to do better.
White has done well, but Martinelli needs to do better.
And Mane scores to make it 3-0 Bayern.
Wow.
As well, so loads of goals in that game. They're 30 minutes in there. They keep up the current record, it's going to be 9-0 come the end.
Yeah.
Where are you watching it, Cauliflower? It is on Sky Sports Main Event. Of course, that is a... you have to pay for it. It's not like the BBC and stuff. Unfortunately, it's the way the money works. Yeah. Money makes the world go round. 8 goals and 8 assists in the Premier League for City last season. Again, I think his assists were inflated because obviously he played on the wing a lot.
He also played Man City.
Of course, and they like to make 900 passes and humiliate the defence before just slotting it home. Martinelli needs to recover from that early mistake. It's a nice strike back, Gabriel.
He's done well.
He's made it.
Martinelli puts it anywhere else, it's saved by Guaita, but it looks better if it's saved rather than put wide.
Wow, what a miss. Yeah, Chelsea fan. I mean, again, as Harry says, it's a tight angle. Guaita does very well, but you just fire that home, I think. Saka, that's well cut up by Anderson, only as far as Martinelli, though. And are you got absolutely left for dead there? Jesus.
2 City boys linking up.
Xhaka, Jesus, it's cut out. I thought Saka was going to get there. Palace defending on their own goal line from minute 1 here. And it is,
And we are only 5 minutes in.
So I think this is going to be a big defensive job from Crystal Palace if they're going to keep a clean sheet today. because Arsenal look very dangerous and Palace don't look to have any answers to stop them. If Palace can get into the half-time, though, at 0-0, I know it's a long way away at the moment, they'd have done very, very well, and I think then you can build from there. But they're going to struggle for that. Klein against Zinchenko. That's poor from Zinchenko. Tries to just turn back and, just runs out of play. Arsenal already looking more purposeful than last season. I do think they've made additions which just make the flowing of play a lot cleaner. Yeah. Like Jesus and Zinchenko obviously used to playing in that City system. I think obviously that's what Arteta's trying to implement here at Arsenal. So I think, it makes sense. That obviously he's going to get players that are used to
jackets for Arsenal that the coaching staff have got on. They're hideous.
Oh, they have. I've not seen them.
It's just the Arsenal is the Arsenal away kit tonight.
Third kit.
Oh,
it's a beautiful pink kit from
Zaha. Here come Palace.
Arsenal.
He's
trying to find Schlupp. Schlupp against Gabriel. Saliba a lot quicker, and Schlupp just that's a bit of a weird one from Jeffrey Schlupp there. But they have got a very deep free kick here, so Palace could try and pin him in. You never know. This could work to their help. Work to their advantage. Sorry. Ramsdale gives it to. This is an interesting camera, by the way, of just behind the managers to see what they're up to. Yeah. Gives it Gabriel. He goes up wide to Zinchenko. He wants Partey in the midfield. Doesn't have Partey as an option in the midfield. Has to go back to Gabriel, who's under pressure from Eze. Goes back to Ramsdale, and Eze absolutely chasing after this one. And to be fair, Ramsdale's done well to get that away under a lot of pressure.
The run of De Bruyne or Rodri,
Odegaard,
Bernardo Silva.
Partey. Yeah, but Partey is not a massive downgrade. I'm not saying he's as good. No, he's not a massive downgrade. I think you're forgetting he was a star for Atletico Madrid not that long ago. He's not that different to Rodri. Just the difference their career paths have taken. They both started at the same point. It's just that City, the Rodri's developed a lot quicker. Partey barely played from last season through the injuries. So I think it's a massive downgrade.
Well, Jesus already looks fire anyway.
Partey's getting booed, is he? It's interesting. It's a bold call for Arsenal to play him tonight, because if he is found guilty, that's bad press. Very bad press. But if he's not, of course, completely fine. And apologies too, obviously.
I guess they're just trusting his player.
Yeah, if he says he hasn't done it and there's no evidence he has, then
slots in.
Why not play him? Xhaka.
Zinchenko, go mate. Yes.
That's a great effort. But good save from Guaita. More than matches it. Saliba was like a new signing for him. Hardly even mentioned the Premier League previews I've listened to. Yeah, I mean we've not really talked about him to be fair, but I didn't think he starts tonight.
Two rounds on
Partey, Booker block.
Jordan Veretout has gone to Marseille from Roma, and Wijnaldum has
to Roma, right?
On loan.
Brilliant signing.
Mad signing.
He'll do well in this area.
Yeah.
Absolute engine.
I
think I've also got the same. I have just got the same notifications as you from football.
Yeah.
Gabriel Jesus. That's not the same person.
Gabriel and Jesus.
Are you? Are you running at Xhaka here?
Zinchenko's not getting back.
Never ever seen two players that should not be playing for either of these teams.
Okay.
Are you and Zinchenko?
It does look like Martinelli and
it's a bit of a foul from Anderson on Martinelli.
Are going to rotate a lot.
Yeah.
Because they're both... Zinchenko. What are you doing, mate?
That's not really Zinchenko's fault.
I'm just glad...
Ben White's absolutely zipped at him.
I'm just glad that in the Premier League it's not like the Champions League and you get points for touches and interceptions, things like that.
Oh, I wish it was. I'd just get Kante. Jorginho would be broken, mate. Genuinely. 700 touches a game. Yeah. You just win the whole thing if you had Jorgie. Joachim Anderson. Across to Gurhey.
More Crystal Palace out. They'll also be on top.
Mitchell.
Palace will get a chance.
Anderson now. I wish there was a championship FPL. I think it'd be more exciting. Because I think that it's just so varied. Every team's got a player that could play for the best side. Well, no.
FCL.
Fantasy Championship League.
Doesn't sound
yeah. Or it'd just be No, you'd call it Fantasy Championship Football.
Yeah.
FCF.
That's better.
Right, everyone would love it.
I think it's now that
Zaha against White.
Zaha's going to win that every single day of the week.
This is this is the battle we were talking about in pre-match. Yeah. I mean, White does very well just to
he got helped by
nullify the threat there, but Saliba.
He's boxed in.
Gabriel.
I used lazy.
He's not exactly Elise, is he? Zinchenko come forward. I think I would have considered starting Malcolm Evie. Evioi. Evioi? Evioi, I think is the best. Evioi, yeah, that one works.
Grealish.
What? Jesus lost it to Anderson, but yeah. Ben White.
Jesus is what I meant.
Saliba. Turns out they saw a different player to Arsenal after a year.
Already 10 minutes in, I've already lost my head.
And it's 4-0 Bayern.
Like, what's the point?
They're looking other levels of Palace here.
Yeah, but pass on the counter with Zaha. And that's good
Mitchell,
work from Mitchell.
Decore, Etse. Here's Schlapp. He's almost lost the ball, but Mitchell bails him out.
Decore.
Gets it gone. The number 28, I think his number is. 28, 25, something like that. Failed.
I'll take it in a clap.
You can easily tell him and Schlapp apart because Schlapp makes a mistake every 5 seconds and Decore hasn't put a foot wrong yet.
Martinelli.
Decore's the one next to the ref now.
Oh, I see him.
A little bit shorter than Schlapp and doesn't have any hair.
Gabriel.
Who doesn't have much hair. It's quite clean shaven.
Yeah.
Not like Gabriel, it's no hair. Or receding hair.
Yeah, I think
Saka.
that was more shaved than Gabriel going bald.
Yeah. Of course. And Decore's only
Edouard
23, so he would have massive problems.
Zaha presses, Edouard presses, it comes across this right hand side, and Ayew
Zinchenko
is just
back,
not bothered.
back to Gabriel under
Lisa,
pressure
check
from
on
that,
it.
so.
Edouard, straight on it.
Saliba.
Look, Ayew, where
Gabriel,
is he?
acres of space.
He's just lazy.
Yeah, I'd say pressing
Now
a
put the
lot
pressure
for
on.
are you?
There you go, he's put a bit of pressure on there, but he's not really
Been
done.
played around. Martinelli driving inside their space for him to run
Great
into, and this
drive.
is a big danger point. They've
man.
not really nullified, and that's
God,
really
Anderson.
good from Anderson to get in front of Jesus there. Jesus is looking very dangerous though. He's getting a lot of the ball. He's having a lot of chances. Anderson is just following him everywhere he goes.
Well, they're completely right, Nick Knack. I mean, last season, Crystal Palace already won the lap at this point.
Yeah, I do think CG makes a big difference. What?
Conor Gallagher.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, who else?
I didn't think he was a person.
They don't have anyone else with loads of Red Bull. It's coursing through his veins. That's a little bit harsh. He's given it though. That's a bit of a soft foul. They're giving it as a free kick. That's a second controversial, or a little bit dubious in my opinion. Free kick that Taylor's given Arsenal's way. Zinchenko. It does just slow down the game sometimes when you get a bad ref. Because if they're too harsh, you just get so many free kicks. Like I remember the Women's Euros final last Sunday.
Oh, don't get started on that.
Just the ref just completely ruined
really
the game.
good
It was so
work,
disjointed.
Taylor.
And
Advantage playing
then,
well.
was absolutely fouled by
holds
Party.
several defenders.
Let's
And-
say
what
he
a
holds onto it very
turn.
nice. And here's Zaha now. Can Zaha create something?
No.
Tries to fit in, but it's into
He has
the
just
head of Ben
smashed
White.
it into Ben White's
Saka.
massive head.
I think that comes off him and goes out of play.
So Xhaka's massive
Yeah.
head. Right, that might knock some sense into him.
I'll make you even more angry.
Just next time Zaha's on the ball, sneakers.
That's absolutely pinged at his head though from Zaha.
Does it really need a physio?
I thought it hit Ben White, but yeah, it was Granit Xhaka. Oh, head injuries, of course, have to be treated with concern. It has been absolutely zipped at his head. Zaha's always been a bit miffed when his decision goes against him. Yeah, he's just a very passionate player. And to be fair, that was a bit of a...
I do the same. I think everyone does.
That's a bit of a soft foul, though. I would happen to agree with Wolf Zaha there.
Ben White. Still waiting for... Okay, he's
Holds
brought
the
that
ball.
forward a
That's
good
good.
5-10 yards.
Jesus
Great work from Jesus.
tries to flick onto Saka, but can't quite pull it off.
Actually quite small.
Well, it's not one of the biggest stadiums of the Premier League, but I wouldn't say it's one of the smaller ones either.
I don't know, this is the little things like the
Well,
fact they
it's
have
got one of
a
them,
corner
that's been-
tunnel and the dugouts are so close together.
I mean, if you look at like Bournemouth,
yeah.
and even further Luton, who almost came up, of course, through the playoffs.
Corner tunnel. Old Trafford, obviously.
Yeah,
Villa don't have a corner tunnel, we each have a side tunnel.
like every other team, though.
No, it's not in the corner, but it's not in the middle.
Oh, okay.
It's
They
off
just
to the side.
got bored and
It's
did
like
it.
around there where the DLS
Yeah,
thing is.
yeah,
Here's Schlapp. He's
Nice.
corner.
yeah. Throw, I think.
Throw.
Yeah, didn't quite go out for a corner.
First 15 minutes, it's been all Arsenal.
Yeah, but they're not really creating anything to click at, other than Martinelli's chance, which should have been a goal. Nothing to click at. Seems that Palace have weathered the early storm. Yeah, I think that after Arsenal didn't score that very early chance, Palace have been able to get into this game a bit more.
They haven't got, but they're disrupting the Arsenal rhythm.
Yeah, well, they have also had chances of their own. Let's not ignore that fact. We have seen Zaha get on the ball a few times and start running at Ben White. And I think if the ball in's better from it, doesn't hit Xhaka in the head, you create a chance there.
Okay.
He has been doing that, though, a lot. Been following Martinelli, especially, and Jesus as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Palace have done well to kind of remedy not remedy, that's not really the right word, but just, yeah, as you say, weather the storm. Stop Arsenal's very dangerous looking attack. Gabriel.
Because they can't afford it.
Sterling clear of Zaha. Yeah, that's not even a debate, Chelsea fan. Yeah, well, it depends on what department, but he's a better goal scorer. I don't think he's quite as skillful or as tricky to mark, but...
Or a shithouse.
No, he's not a shithouse. Zaha's a fantastic player. I think sometimes his attitude is criticised. I just think he's very passionate. I think he's a very good player.
I understand sometimes.
But I wouldn't want him on my team. I don't think. I think it disrupts things a bit too much. But I think he's a fantastic player to watch when he's in form.
Definitely. But when he's keeping his temper and he's in form, he's playing really good football. It's great to watch. But like last year, where he got like 2 yellow cards in a minute because he got angry and then just kicked someone as soon as the throw-in was taken. That's just stupid.
Zinchenko looks like he's slotted straight in. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens when Tierney plays. Yeah. Is Zinchenko going to slot into the midfield, or will we see Zinchenko drop to the bench, or will Tierney not play as much at all? Really? Obviously, they've got to give him minutes, but will we have reduced minutes?
I call him lazy. He's running back Eze out wide to
Zaha. There's a chance here.
I mean, he's got 3 players around him, which says it all, doesn't it? As soon as Zaha got that ball, Odegaard, Saka, White, all around him. Not letting him move it.
But Zaha's a player you never like to face. Exactly. That's weird, but yeah. He is, especially if you're having to mark him, you're so worried you're going to give away a penalty because he's very good at winning them.
I'd rather play against Sterling than Zaha.
But I don't think he's as much of a diver as certain other players are. I think it's a lot more of just very, very difficult to not foul.
I mean, he's hardly there because he's probably at his sister's birthday or something. But
are you coming forward? That's very good from Gabriel.
That's what I'm saying though. Palace
so they've managed to get it to party.
That's Edouard.
Martinelli back to Xhaka. A lot of space for Xhaka. If he can spot the run of Gabriel, he did see it, just didn't back himself to make the pass. That's a brilliant challenge from John who's been given as a foul. It's a bit of a big challenge from Mane, who's now squaring up to Anthony Taylor, which I love.
It's a big
one,
but it's
not
a fair
foul, is it? He's gone in hard. Martinelli goes down and he wins a free kick. Let's have a replay. I might have called it wrong.
No, he's got the ball. It's a big hard tackle, but he's got the ball.
It's a contact sport, ref. Get on with it.
Yeah, he's clean got the ball.
Not even touched.
It's
a little messy with Decore, yeah.
I think that's what the foul might have been given for. The fact that Decore
I play on.
We've played it, thanks, Sky.
Ben White gives it out wide to Odegaard. Odegaard and Saka are also moving around a lot. It's a very fluid system here now, this Arsenal team. He finds Jesus with a lovely outside of the boot ball. And he's on a corner.
I think Odegaard, maybe, I really rate Odegaard. I think he's a little bit overrated by Arsenal fans.
5-0 Bayern.
But I think he's underrated by the rest of the world.
Bayern 5 at Frankfurt's ground, by the way. And it's 5 different scorers. Kimmich, Pavard, Mane, Musiala and Gnabry.
They don't miss Lewandowski.
Pavard's a player that he's only ever played one game of football.
Yeah.
Genuinely, he's got that banger in the World Cup against Argentina, and he's never played football since or before then. I've never seen him before that France-Argentina game. He scored a sweet outside the volley.
Looking for Zinchenko. Heads it back into the box.
It's in. It's come off Granit Xhaka, I think.
Ben White.
Is it Ben? No, it's Martinelli, sorry. Gabriel Martinelli heads home from close range. Arsenal take the lead in this one. Zinchenko heads it back into the area and Martinelli heads it home. It's a Zinchenko assist
points.
Everyone's got him in their fantasy teams. Arsenal lead here at Selhurst Park. It was a little bit of a disappointing way to open the scoring, but every goal counts the same. Close range header for Martinelli. And he's shown why he's in that side, because as much as he's a tricky winger, he's also a fantastic header of the ball. And his height's made the difference there. Zinchenko heads it back across the area.
Nick Knack saying that Martinelli. Smith Rowe, yes, but that's why Martinelli's in there.
Let's go points to my FPL bag already, yeah.
Hang on, didn't it take a touch from someone else?
If No, Partey didn't quite touch it.
No. That's a Zinchenko assist.
And Guaita does good to get a hand to it, but it's not enough to push it away from the goal.
Fantasy. Points for fantasy.
Well, getting going again though, and as much as I do think, well, this game goes one or two ways now. Either Palace bring it back or Arsenal run riot.
We've seen a goal, and that's the first goal of the Premier League season.
Genuinely, there's two scores this game ends at, and it's 5-0 or 2-2. Either I'm right or Arsenal are going to run absolute mockery here at Selhurst Park. But
absolute Xhaka red card to come.
Of course, yes, that could spice up the game. That's lovely really from Martinelli. He looks fantastic, it has to be said. He missed a lot of last season through injury. Smith Rowe...
That's a great run by Xhaka, to be fair.
Smith Rowe's a good player, but I don't think he's on the level of any of the other three attackers in this side.
Not giving him a rest.
I don't think he gets as many minutes for Arsenal.
Great work from Anderson. Oh, ref, no.
Xhaka's thrown himself to the floor there.
That's physicality.
Anthony Taylor's useless, but...
Take your rinky forehead over somewhere else.
I mean, he just gives every time an Arsenal player falls to the floor at the moment. That one, Xhaka just threw himself on the ground.
Yeah. Jesus, good switch to play Zarts.
If Frankfurt don't change that, it's going to be 8-0. Yeah, could even be more.
I'll put 10 maybe. How many minutes?
Great header back into the box from Zinchenko.
Jesus turns his man.
It's a big challenge from Schlapp. He wants a foul. That's not going to get a foul.
Party. Puts it in there.
Jesus almost gets there. He's caught Joachim Anderson and he has given away. Should be 6-0 for Bayern if Muller didn't miss the sitter or they didn't hit the bar. Interesting to see. Yeah. Check my fantasy team points just to make sure that my Saka and Jesus 1 point each are counted. Yeah, I was going to say mine's not. Mine's on
9. No, what?
I'm on 2 as well.
Not giving assist points.
It might take a while just to count them up, but it has only been a matter of minutes.
No, it's registered here. It doesn't register on the actual thing. Yeah, it's got 4.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. It'll take a minute to load onto your team, mate.
Yeah, Zinchenko's got 4. Come on. I'm balling already.
Right, FPL are going to dominate these streams now.
Yeah.
That's the thing, that obviously we had the league last year, but we weren't streaming anywhere near as much.
No.
We didn't even do the opening day last year. The first game we did was like... I don't think we ever did a Premier League. Well, yeah. No, we did like 2 and then didn't stream again until late October. Champions League ties and stuff, so yeah. But we are here now with regular streams. It's very excited for the start of this Prem season. We've of course got another game in the first weekend. And yeah, I mean we would have done Chelsea-Everton if I knew Chelsea were going to win, but I'm not confident at the moment.
Yeah, I see we did.
And yeah, 3 days in a row is a bit much. The only time we're going to do stuff like that is when the World Cup rocks around. And we're live every day of the week. Apart from Thursdays, potentially not, though. Who knows? I can find another co-host for Thursdays. Zaha brought down. He wants a free kick. Anthony Taylor has given it the other way, I think.
Yes. He's just not giving anything.
Look at those stats. Domination from Arsenal so far. I'll have a little look on football. What are the statistics saying? 66% possession is very impressive. Not an effort yet at all from Paz, not even off target, let alone on target. A 0.46 XG for Arsenal. I thought that would be higher. I think the Martinelli chance would have pushed that up a little, but apparently not. Maybe the angle, of course, was taken into consideration and obviously the position of the keeper, but from that kind of range, I think that should have been a goal, but no, 0.46 on XG, so yeah. To get a goal from that, pretty normal.
Palace just needs to create something simple as that.
Yeah. Ayew brings it down well, to be fair. And he's come inside a little bit of space, goes back to Anderson. He's got time on the ball. And he's used that time to pick out a fantastic ball over the top to Zaha. If he can get there, he does indeed. Zaha against White. Puts it inside. Edouard can't quite get in front of his man. Ayew does well to win it back. Odegaard and then it's scissor kicked away from Zinchenko. Guehi puts it back in the air. Xhaka. Klein now on the ball. He turns back round, gives it to Doucouré. Looking for players inside. They're missing the presence of Ayew up front. I never thought I'd say that.
He's realised his team's still got the ball.
Etze's kicked it out of play, and now Ayew is fine.
Now. What's he doing?
So they've lost a chance to attack here, Palace, because Ayew's running around the floor trying to. It wasn't going to get a free kick. It's not a foul.
So why
3 players have gone up for it, and he just went down. He wasn't injured. He wasn't fouled.
The ball out, and then he got straight back up.
Stupid there from. I'm struggling to take XG seriously myself. What's your problems with XG, Nick? I think it's the most useful statistic in football, but I want to hear your problems with it. I'm intrigued.
Oh, who's that down now? Zaha.
Party. Oh, here's Zinchenko. Inside, here's Xhaka.
I can't believe Zaha. Ayu's cost us a chance there.
Zinchenko.
Unbelievable.
Gabriel. Because it wasn't even like the ref was taking her on the edge. After about 5 minutes, he should have realised, I should probably get up now.
And they he waited till his team kicked the ball down and went, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
So
Big challenge from Schlapp, definitely not a foul. And thankfully, Anthony Taylor's not looking at it. Now, Jesus is furious. Just a bit of nonsense. There we go. No, the most use of statistic is goals for and against.
Right centre now.
Let's get him, some meaty challenges. Martinelli.
Good feet. Finds Odegaard to Xhaka. Xhaka, oh, I thought he was going to go there. He's got Zinchenko to use.
No, the most useful statistic is goals for and against. Yeah, of course. But I think in terms of being able to tell who has played better in a game, XG is the most useful stat. No point having a good XG if you can't convert the chances. Yeah, but it demonstrates, obviously, it can tell you more about a game. So if a team creates a very high amount of XG but doesn't score, they need a new striker. Or they need new forwards who can score chances.
How good it is.
If they have a low XG and they've won the game 5-0, then obviously they've got lucky in that match.
Yeah. Well, see, the whole Burnley project was based around XG.
It is the stat which I think is most useful in football. It's
not Brentford project, sorry.
Yeah, Brentford, yeah. But I imagine company has used XG. Because expected performance, expected goals, expected assists, it's a very good way of measuring things because it allows players who... you can find very, very good players who've just been playing with poorer players. Because if you look at base statistics, take assists for example, for a very correct player, their assists might be low because their team doesn't have a forward who finishes chances. But if their expected assist is very high, it tells you they're putting the ball in very good areas and the strikers aren't finishing the chances.
Yeah.
So it's very useful stat to demonstrate, to show player performance even when a team isn't playing very well. And it's also very good to show whether the team played well, despite results obviously don't always show performance, and actually can be a good indicator of that. Which means dominating game means nothing if you can't convert the dominance into goals. Well, it depends on how you're using those stats. If you base your whole thinking as to how good a player is off of XG, yeah, it's probably not going to give you the greatest indication, but it can give you a very good indication of a player's abilities. What's it measuring? Fantasy goals that don't happen. It measures basically the likelihood of a chance being converted. Oh, it's second conviction. Oh, I thought that was in.
God.
The angle from Sky there just absolutely threw me. And here's
still
Decore in a high position for Palace.
Use Eze. There you go.
Finds Eze out wide. He should have gone low. Zaha just fires a corner.
Palace home fans appreciate that.
It measures the likelihood of a goal going in. So, for example, penalties are the most easy to measure. Every penalty is a 70-30. There's a 70% chance that an attacker scores a penalty. There's a 30% chance the keeper saves it. So it's noted down as 0.7 xG. It takes into account angle, shot, angle, position of where you are to the goal, and where the keeper is or defenders are in front of it. That's how it measures the chance of the goal going in.
How's that goal kick?
Must go off Zaha. But he's not complaining about it too much, so I'd imagine it is. In the long run, if you have good XG but poor performance, that's not a freak occurrence. No, of course, that means you need a new striker though. Or you need at least better forwards who are going to finish those chances. Because if you create loads of chances and no one puts them away, then you obviously know you don't, like your creative players and your build-up play and your tactics are fine. You just need a forward. So, yeah, it can be useful. Mane missed own goal earlier. What do you mean? Almost scored an own goal? Or, yeah.
I don't know, he's doing it on both ends.
He's fantastic. But it's 5-0 at half time in that Bayern Frankfurt game, by the way. Sieber plays it forward. Joachim Andersen collects nicely though, gives it to Mitchell. He keeps it going and he finds Schlapp back to... he's lost the ball though. And they've got it back now. Schlapp just hammers it over the top. Saliba back to Ramsdale. Gabriel's in a lot of space. Oh, Ramsdale decides to go for a run and Edouard almost takes the ball off of him. I do think Ramsdale is one of those keepers that does have an error in him. Fantastic, loves us big save for the cameras, but he is very error prone. Especially when he goes a bit ambitious, I think. Actually doesn't win games. Anyway, just my opinion. No, I completely agree. Actually doesn't win games, but actually just show how performance and result differ. How they differ and in which way they differ. But yeah. I think it's a very useful stat, and I love analysing it. I think it's very interesting to look at. I can tell you a lot about a team. For example, like Timo Werner.
That man.
You can see at Leipzig. I think even at Leipzig, he a little underperformed his XG in a lot of games because they created so many chances. That's why he looked better in a system like that, because obviously they created like 40 chances a game for him, so he's eventually going to put one of them away. Unfortunately, Chelsea didn't really use XG to analyse that transfer, and didn't go too well for him. But
Are you? Whatever. Scrap there, not scrap. But...
Gerhi, Anderson, Klein, but it actually is most useful for analysing transfers and recruitment and stuff. Problem with XG, it rates a chance equally irrespective of the quality of player who the chance falls to. Yeah, but that's kind of how it works. Of course, there is an error in that. But equally, you can take it. You can factor that in. If it's if you see a 0.5 XG chance, should finish at 50-50 of the time, and it's Mark Gerhi, then you give a little bit more leeway than if it's Wilf Zaha.
Yeah.
So you just got to take that into account, obviously. But I mean, you don't tend to use XG anyway with defenders, unless you're talking about fullbacks, I guess. But yeah. I think taking in the ability of the player, that can have a small effect on the impact of the overall XG of the game, but in terms of individuals, it won't have too much impact.
He's beaten Ben White. He cuts back, cuts left to get it from Stacker.
And to be fair, most Premier League footballers should finish a good enough chance, regardless of where they play on the pitch. Obviously, goalkeepers, perhaps a little.
They probably won't have any chance.
But obviously, Alisson, he scored that header against West Brom, so...
I hate that.
Why?
Because Liverpool fans use it in the Alisson Edison debates and things.
Right, it's only Liverpool fans who aren't really serious. I'd say. I don't think you've used the fact they scored in a game against West Brom. And you can be better by having fewer chances and not dominating a game, but being more clinical when chances come to having quality finishes. Yeah, but then they've not created more chances. They've not played better, I guess you could say. They might have worked harder, and they might have better strikers who've been able to finish lower quality chances, but they've not created enough chances.
Odegaard.
Big challenge.
Still with
Jesus. Saka, or they may have created loads of chances. The other team just missed a lot. Yeah.
Oh, that was a bit sloppy, and that's a silly foul from Jesus. Yeah, Arsenal cost themselves that. Jesus and Saka sloppy, and then Jesus made a stupid foul.
And of course, on XG, expected performance can differ to actual performance as well.
Bang.
But yeah, Martinelli, make no mistake from that one.
No.
Makes up for his early miss, obviously. Yeah. But to be fair, Arsenal only had a 0.46 after that chance and the early Martinelli chance. It's not like they've had a really high one. The art of the game is putting the ball in the back of the net. I agree with that entirely, Nick. Now, I'm not saying that we should scrap the goal scoring. It's how many chances you create. But I just think it's a very useful stat to measure how well a team has performed. Xhaka, Odegaard. Arsenal coming forwards now. We've got about 12 minutes left of this half. Arsenal, I think, have played very, very well. It's a lot better than last season, obviously. Yeah. It's how they've looked in pre-season. Palace, a little bit disappointing. I think Decore hasn't really replaced the energy of Conor Gallagher yet. And again, the Arsenal defence look very solid. They've not really created much, Palace. Zinchenko got away with one there. Schlupp almost won the ball back. He's fortunate that it was Jeffrey Schlupp. Joachim Anderson coming out of the defence there, catches Martinelli unaware, and this could be a chance for Palace to go forward, but then they go back to Nathaniel Klein. He finds Anderson with the pass back. Lobs it forwards, clear directly up in the air.
Run straight through. Edwards. Was that handball?
I mean, there's calls from the Palace players.
And from Edwards. Will it matter?
You can't quite get there's a little messy from Arsenal, and then Saliba gets it out of play.
And Crystal Palace. Is it a handball?
I just want to mention. It's a little bit dubious. I guess we'll see whether VR's on or not. I mean, I think it strikes his hand.
That changed the
I think there should be a penalty. It does seem like they're talking to VAR.
No playing on.
No. Okay.
Sorry, his arm's out here. The ball's gone. Bang! It's moved.
I'm confused by how that one's not giving us a penalty, but
Okay.
we move.
Well, thanks, Darren England, for being.
Is it that it's not
useless as
deliberate?
always. No.
But if your arms aren't stretched, it doesn't matter. Okay, well, that one's a bit of a soft foul. Yeah. Also, weird YouTube moment. We shot up to like 32 watching now,
Yeah.
and then to 2 within like a few minutes. So we randomly just got pushed out to loads of people, and then the viewer count just went to none. So yeah.
YouTube has had some mares in the.
And by the way, up to 736 of them now. Thanks to whoever has subscribed. My point is, as a bettor, a team who underperforms their XG does so for a reason. Yeah, if you underperform your XG, it tends to be that your striker is not good enough at finishing his chances, and you need to invest in your striker. They do that. That is the reason. It's obviously not because they create no chances, because evidently they have created chances. But of course, you could have a high XG and not create a chance. So it's not the most reliable stat. I agree with you there, but I think it is a very useful stat. But yeah, of course, you don't rely all your thinking on just XG, and that's it. But it can be very useful for making informed decisions. Where did everyone go? Maybe they were bored of all my comments about XG. Sorry. Yeah, where is everyone? Chelsea fan, Matteo, or anyone new? Make sure to get involved in the comments. Well, in the chat, I guess. And yeah, want to hear from you guys. Arsenal come forward with it now. Saka out wide to Ben White. Puts it in there. Wacky Madison does very well. It's thought that Xhaka was about to lash that one home, but it's a brilliant challenge. I believe it was Decore or Schlupp. One of the central midfielders came rushing in there to the aid of Wacky Madison, who put in a very good block to stop it going to Jesus. Etse. White tries to make the challenge. Partey pushes him, and then Anthony Taylor says, get up, mate. Martinelli. Odegaard. Gives it to Partey. He's under pressure from Edouard, sorry, and he just turns him nicely. It's Odegaard now. Odegaard and Edouard, saying those two very quickly.
Gabriel, to go. Oh, forget that one.
Zinchenko. Drives inside, finds Martinelli. Martinelli plays... That's a nice little turn, plays it back to Zinchenko now, though, into Jesus. He tries to find someone and can't. And now it's with Jordan Ayew to Klein. Klein, back to Ayew into space. Can Ayew get then over? It's a big challenge from Gabriel, who clears it all out the pitch. And Ayew, again, just complaining about a foul. Get up and get on with it, mate. Yeah. He spent more time sat on the floor and complaining than he has moving into space and trying to actually get the ball going forward. I'm here. Okay, excellent Chelsea fan. Are Palace missing Gilmore? I presume you mean Conor Gallagher and not Gilmore. But I mean, if you mean it in the sense that would they be better off with a Billy Gilmore? Potentially. I think a loan deal for Gilmore to Palace would be a good one. Yeah. We'll see now. But it looks like Billy could search out for a permanent deal. Which is a shame. I love Billy Gilmore, as has been well documented on these streams and videos. But yeah, of course, if Chelsea, they've not given us a squad number, and if he's not going to get minutes, I mean, they've just signed Carney Chukwuemeka as well, which was going to further limit his first team chances. Frankie de Jong as well seems to be coming through the door soon. Yeah. It's kind of fair enough for Billy, seeking pastures new, and I think he will do well. Oops, yeah, Gallagher. I think they definitely are. They're missing his energy in the midfield. Decore is a fantastic player and a very, very... I guess you could say, a very hard-working midfielder, but he is going to take time to adapt to the Premier League, and he doesn't replace everything Gallagher does.
Oh, what a touch from Schlapp.
He's a lot more defensive.
Zaha
does well, but it's a foul. It's a foul, very good. That's what Zaha does best, drawing the foul. And he's done very well there. He had two players around him, Saka and Partey, and Partey just goes in a little bit too harsh, and of course Zaha knows he's coming.
Right in front of the referee as well. That's a stonewall foul.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's a good chance for Saka.
You don't go in aggressively on Wilfred Zaha, it will not end well. But yeah, as you say, chance for Palace here. Etse, of course.
I'm looking at Anderson and Gurley.
Over the ball, of course. Yeah. Or I think this could just even go in from Etse. If he puts it in a good enough area, it could bounce and go in. I'm not thinking so. No. All right. Etse stood over this one then. Puts it in. He can't quite get there, and Gabriel gets it. Gone. Klein to Anderson. Klein does very well, yeah, as you say.
Anderson ball in. Hacked away, but only as far as...
Decore, Schlapp. He goes back to Mitchell. Klein. Can they put the ball back in there, Palace? They're now lacking players in there. Ayew. He finds Klein. Back to Anderson. Lovely little triangle between those three. He's going to go back to Mitchell. He's kind of adopted a place in the back two, while Anderson obviously goes a little higher to try and create a chance. Decore. It's a lovely bit of movement from him. Schlupp back to Gerhi, out wide to Etse now. This is lovely from Palace. Etse comes inside. There's a beautiful run from Everiki Etse. Looks wide and it's been cut out from Zinchenko. Now he's going to go on a drive through the midfield. He finds Jesus. Jesus coming forward with it, loses it. And thankfully it's not been given as a foul.
Wasn't given a foul.
He said play on. That's a big one on Zaha and he has won a free kick there.
Card of the game.
I don't think so.
No.
I think Gilmore going on loan again moves to Everton or Rangers. If Gilmore goes to Rangers, his career is finished. If he goes to Everton, it's going to be a tough one. They're going to be in another relegation scrap. But I still think, he could do very well there. But yeah, if he goes to, especially obviously with Everton under Lampard, if he goes to Rangers though, I'd sit for him. I think at Chelsea. Rangers is not the kind of I do want him getting minutes at a top club, but I'd rather him be in the Premier League than in the Scottish League because I don't think that presents the level of competition that we want to be seeing him
that's
face.
a good ball. Headed by Anderson.
What a
save from
Ramsdale. Was it Schlupp in there? Sorry, Alderson-Edouard.
Oh wow, that's a massive save from Ramsdale.
Yeah.
Quick free
So
kick.
we'll see it. Etse puts it in. Anderson heads back across the area. He's onside as well, Alderson-Edouard. Just can't generate enough power or height on his header really, and it's not too difficult for Ramsdale to parry away, but he has done very well to get across to it, to be fair. Very well to get across to it. But Edouard if he can aim that right, away from where Ramsdale's diving towards, and with a lot more power, a bit more venom, I'd say, it's a goal. But yeah. They're struggling to create anything Palace.
That's Palace's first chance.
I was going to say, struggling to create anything, and then they literally create a fantastic chance. West Ham nearly scored.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been a frustrating moment of just praying that whoever you have in your first team does better or doesn't play.
Is it Steve Holland?
It's Steve Holland, yeah. And, right, keepers, right, just think about this. Who is everyone took in FPL? Because I was just thinking, people with Ramsdale are going to be buzzing at the moment. But who has everyone taken? Because, for me, this was one of the toughest positions. I weighed up the option of Pope for a bit. I eventually settled on De Gea and can't remember now, but I'll have a look. But
I went Emi Martinez and Neto.
I did go Pope in the end, to be fair.
Not Neto, sorry, Leno. But also Neto, I saw that today. Neto has signed for Bournemouth. Keeper.
First name, can't remember.
He doesn't have a first name.
He does have a first
name.
name.
I know, but it's the Brazilian. It's the Brazilian Neto goalkeeper.
Yeah, I can't.
His name's just Neto.
I swear I had a first name. I'll have a look.
Well, I'm sure he does, but like Willian and Oscar and Hulk, it's just shortened to Neto, I think. Oh, that's a foul. Oh no, Anthony.
Norberto Neto.
Oh, Norberto Neto.
Neto is his actual surname. He's not. It's not a nickname like the likes of Fred. No Brazilian's called Fred. That is just his.
Why did he pick
nickname.
Fred?
I don't know. If you could pick any name, why not Fred?
Oh, Martin.
Oh,
yes.
I mean, just yeah.
Dice is good. But
Xhaka's got a yellow.
No.
Oh, was it?
No, it's Martin.
I'm getting so mixed up between those two tonight.
That's what it is, Xhaka.
That's what I thought.
Oh.
It looked like Granit Xhaka.
Yeah, that is a dive. Xhaka's on a yellow. Xhaka's on a yellow.
That's what I'm saying. Look. I mean, what is he trying to
he's dived. He's dived. That is
the worst acting ever. You are
this
a liar.
This is not a drill, guys. Xhaka.
Can we get Davide from Love? You are a liar. You're an actress.
Granit Xhaka is on a yellow card. I said 44th minute and he's still
wasn't a
dive.
dive. What are you on, Nick Nack?
That was a stone wall dive.
Not even any contact.
Granit Xhaka's got a temper. I said 44th minute.
I presume that's sarcastic.
Granit Xhaka has 30 seconds to find the second yellow card.
Yeah. And Ever2 Peter joins and says, Ever2 Peter. So welcome, Ever2 Peter.
Sorry,
how is your name right there?
How have Arsenal gone from Vieira and Petit to
Xhaka and Partey? Okay, maybe it was. Yeah. Okay. I thought you'd either just not seen it twice or were being sarcastic.
Yeah, first time it was hard to tell. Second time, yes.
I mean, even first time it was like, I guess if you're only
Good call from Anthony Taylor, to be fair, to get that first time.
Yeah. Gurhey finds Zaha out wide.
1 minute at a time.
That's a little bit dangerous from Partey on the edge of the area against Wilf Zaha there. Halfway there, I needed the replay. Okay. Haven't they signed Neto's backup though? What, Bournemouth? You imagine so? I think Mark Travers is a better keeper, yeah. It's like Kiko Casilla at Leeds. He did a good job for a year and then just became a backup, and now he just goes out on loan to various random Spanish second division clubs, I think. I can't remember where he is this year.
Yeah, just looking at the graph. This year we're on 2, and then
yeah,
up to 24,
and then back to
0.
yeah. Exactly. YouTube drive stream numbers are mental. Palace with a chance.
Oh,
Edouard. What's he done with that? He's just absolutely fired at him. It's a tough one to get to a bit of space for him to work with there. But he does very well to get past about 4 players. He fires one away. He keeps running with it, and the shot just counts. Does it take is it that deflection of Ben White? Cash Grant is. I think. Does it take a bit off Xhaka? It does indeed. It's a corner. I did think that has gone incredibly high.
Palace have been much better last 10-15 minutes.
You've got the likes of Anderson, you've got the likes of Gurhey, you've got the likes of Zaha even in the box. It's just clear directly up in the air. Are you in the header? No. And now Arsenal have a chance, and it isn't going to be a chance, mate. All right, can I go quickly once you've done the half-time things? Yeah, okay. Right, quick half-time break. Back in a mo, and then we'll get into some breakdown of the first half. Analysis, you could say. But back in a mo, everyone.
Yes. Right, hello guys. Let's give me your thoughts on that first half. Fair to say, it was certainly it was a good half. It was a good half of football. Sorry, just trying to. There we go. Good half of football. I was impressed with both sides, to be honest. I think Arsenal obviously started really fast. They got the goal early. Zinchenko assist on debut. Great goal from Martinelli. They came out the blocks firing. They looked dangerous. They were a step ahead of Palace for the whole of the first 20-25 minutes, and then Palace managed to get a hold on the game. They disrupted Arsenal's rhythm. They got big tackles in. They started to annoy Arsenal, and they did get a few chances. They pressed high. They won the ball back. They had obviously Edouard had forced a very good save out of Ramsdale. They've had corners. They've had set pieces to try and get in the box, and they've looked much better, Palace, in the last kind of 10-15 minutes of the first half. So I was really impressed with both sides, to be honest. I think Palace with how well they came into the game, and Arsenal with how they started the game, and obviously they lead 1-0 at half time. Rest seems to be keen to let the game flow. Yeah, makes a change, because usually Anthony Taylor isn't very good, but he's been okay tonight, so I've been impressed. The game is feeling a lot more of an even contest now. Yeah, exactly. Palace have got much more of a what's it called? A grip. They've got much more of a grip on this game, and it's very, very close. And to be honest, if it carries on to the second half, the game could go either way. Also, hey, just hello there. Back again. Good to see you back again. And then Chelsea fan saying hello. So, good game. Yeah, it's been a good game. As Nick Nack said, very even contest towards the end of the half. Hopefully that continues on into the second half. Fulham versus Liverpool stream. Sadly, no. I believe that's the isn't it 12:30 tomorrow? Or am I chatting rubbish? I believe it's 12:30 tomorrow, but we aren't live tomorrow. But Sunday we will be back with West Ham at Manchester City. That should be a good game. So we'll see what happens then. Good analysis. Who needs Sky Pies? Exactly. Jamie Carragher who? Gary Neville who? Don't know who they are. We're better. That's why you should subscribe and join us and so everything. Subscribe, like, keep talking in our streams. It's great to see you all turning up. But it's great to see all of you here tonight. And it's going to be a good game, as you said. It's been a very good game, and hopefully we can see more in the second half. I've been really impressed with the new signings. I'll see Jesus, Zinchenko, Premier League proven. They've been fantastic today. Zinchenko getting an assist. Jesus looks lively. He looks quick. He's brought a lot of pace to Arsenal's attack. And Decore in the midfield for Palace. It's been a tough game for him, but he's done okay. I think he will start to adapt to the Premier League football more.
What?
They're my Maltesers.
There are Maltesers now.
No, they're not. No. Go get like the brownies.
But we don't have any brownies, we've eaten them.
Well, they're my Oh, fuming. They're my Maltesers.
Oh, I don't know. Should I get a bottle as well, if you had no? Right, hello all. I'm back now. Oh, HSL's here. Great to see you. Who needs Sky Pundits? Love that. Has Harry been doing a great job? I hope he has indeed. Hello everyone. First half, I don't know what he's been saying, so I can't really know where to go on from what he's been saying, but yeah, it's a decent first half of football. Arsenal dominated the first bit, Palace dominated the second bit. I presume Harry would have mentioned that, because that's pretty much all that happened. Arsenal probably should have been 2 up. I think Martinelli should have done better with his first chance, but of course he did take the second chance pretty well, so yeah, I think they'll take it. Whatever has happened with Arsenal, Xhaka is Xhaka. I am confused as to why they've never replaced Granit Xhaka. Like, maybe eventually Zinchenko will start middle midfield with Partey and then they have Tierney at left back. But it's just the one area they've never thought to improve. Like, they've already got, Odegaard now for attacking mid. They've got great options in wide areas. Partey's a good defensive midfielder, but they've never found anyone that can operate as a bit of a box-to-box.
Well,
Muchas gracias.
my Maltesers.
But yeah, he is a bit of a weak spot in the side, Xhaka, because he can always just get a red card and disrupt everything. But I think potentially you could start Zinchenko there. He does play midfield for Ukraine, so he could obviously operate there for Arsenal. I come in peace. You all right, lads? Yes, welcome back, Rasmalai. Good that you come in peace and not in like war or anger. Right, you can check that in the bin if you want. He's good, just has a knack for yellow cards. I don't know. He's a decent player. I wouldn't say he's good. I don't think he's the current Arsenal squad quality. At least.
Sorry?
Granit Xhaka.
Yeah,
he has a tendency for yellow and also red cards. Because as soon as he gets sent off, it disrupts the game, disrupts Arsenal's flow, can cost some games. Plays a good captain-like presence. We just used to be the captain, didn't he? Until he threw the armband on the floor. Which I thought that spelled the end for him. So it's been a fantastic comeback to actually be in the side still. But I think you can replace his leadership. Odegaard's now obviously the captain. I think Saka's quite vocal. Tierney, I think, well, at least to me, looks like a natural leader. Yeah, 5 stars Premier League. Yeah, it does give more chance for changes, which I think is a very exciting prospect. We could see more subs. I think games can be completely flipped on the head with 5 changes. That's half the team you can change. So, can make a difference. Indeed. Maltesers. We have got Maltesers, indeed, Rasmalai. In terms of changes, Arsenal, I don't think any are necessary. But you do want to get Xhaka off 55 minutes, 60 minutes-ish, as early as possible without it being pointless him going out for the second half. As for Palace, I think the first change you make is getting off Ayew. I think he's really struggled. He doesn't look Premier League quality. I think he might be able to do it against clubs like Fulham. And no disrespect to you, AFCB, Fan TV, but probably Bournemouth. Clubs like those, I think he will do well against, but he's clearly not good enough to play against his Arsenal side. Jordan Ayew, he's really struggling. I want Zinchenko in field, especially because he's a defender in Premier League, in FPL, sorry.
Yeah, same.
But I think from fullback, he could almost create more chances than if you're in a Granit Xhaka-like role. Because, I mean, the modern day fullback is not sitting back on every corner and barely touching the ball and just marking the wingers when they need to. They do have a lot to do with the attacking and the build-up phase of play. So I do think in that left-back role, he could almost thrive more than in a more defensive midfield role. And, of course, his main job will be getting the ball out to players like Tierney and other, obviously, wide players, and then getting it into the area. So, could create more. You could slow down on the Maltesers?
No.
Okay. Guys, do you think Morgan Gibbs White is worth 35 million?
No.
Yes. Why do you think he's not?
Not good enough.
I think he's a very good player. Did you watch him at all last season?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's a very good player. I think 35 is a bit steep when you look at it on the face value now, but in terms of the kind of player you're getting for the next 5-10 years, it's a very good deal, I think. And for Nottingham Forest, it will just add a lot of quality into that side.
He's a good player, but not for 35 million.
No, ideally you'd be looking at 20 mil, but I think they're going to play hard ball. Wolves, they're not going to want to lose one of their better players, at least future-wise. Well done, genius. But yeah, I don't know. I think Gibbs White will do well for Forest though. If you've got Gibbs White and Lingard there, creating chances.
Money.
Yeah. Lingard will score more. Gibbs White will create more. But I think Morgan Gibbs White's a really, really good player. And Marinakis wants him at all costs. He has been made Forest's top transfer target, which I think is interesting. I think it's a very good signing for Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
So yeah. How have you got another Maltese in your hand ready to go? Genuinely, you're like a machine at eating things. But if he plays like for Ukraine, we'll get decent chance for points. Not exactly like Xhaka. Ukraine wants Zinchenko to make something for them. Yeah, Ukraine, if I remember correctly, played a 3 in the midfield, so he could be more of an attacking central midfielder. But if he's playing in the pivot, in the 2 with Partey, he's going to have to be a little bit more defensive to allow for Odegaard to have that creative freedom, but also to not obviously let the midfield be dominated by the opposition.
Like Xhaka made that forward run when he died.
Yeah. But he is more of a defensive-minded player. Prediction Toffees versus Chelsea, lads. Hopefully a big Chelsea win. But I'll be honest, I think we could see the potential for a slip-up.
Everton haven't got a striker.
No.
Catalan injured, Rondon suspended, didn't replace Richarlison. Who's it going to be for the middle? Lewis Dobbin. Ellis Sims. Or Dwight McNeil.
Dwight McNeil, I think they'll start.
Or Gordon.
Damari Gray for the middle.
Wow.
McNeil one wing, Gordon the other, would be my guess. I think Gray's got the most technical ability to play there. I think to hold up plays better than the others. No. Townsend's very good in wide areas, but he's not very good, like, technically, to be able to play that false 9 role, which is what they're going to have to ask of whoever's playing there. Because let's be honest, they're not going to be leading the line as a advanced forward trying to get on the end of crosses and stuff, because they don't have a tall wide forward. That was Richarlison, and they've not replaced him at all. Not seeing another DCL injury. I just don't see him. I don't see him ever reaching the top levels, because I think that is his drawback. He is very injury prone. It's a bit of a shame because he's a very good talent, but he's a little too injury prone. Yeah. Other than that, he's a very good player. And we are now on to 737 subscribers. A very satisfying number, and I appreciate it very much. That's 5 subs now again this stream. It's great to see so many new people join the community.
Do you know what's even more satisfying?
Off.
738. Can we get there?
That'd be less satisfying to look at, but
You're in segue to
more for fulfillment, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Second half should get kicked off in a minute. Well, you keep eating Maltese when I've already eaten one, so
No. But yeah, if the second half ends like the first half did, then we're gonna see a good game. I will polish off these Maltesers. But yeah, DCL, very, very good player, but yeah, injuries just hampered him so much, and it's annoying because it's another career ruined by injury. Like who's the other one? Fofana's very injury prone, but he could be on the way to Chelsea. See, if he's not injury prone, last year Vicente Evora decided to break his leg.
Ex-Arsenal player, right, Evora? If I'm not wrong?
No. You're thinking of Coquelin.
I'm thinking of Coquelin, yeah. I think Coquelin was Tottenham, but no, that's the other. There's very similar centre mids who play for both, but I can't think of the Tottenham one was. Capoe. I think Capoe played for Tottenham. They're very similar. Maybe we get to 1K this year. I hope so as well, Chelsea fan. We're looking in good step. Hopefully they'll start the Premier League and throughout August, we should do a lot of Premier League streams, hopefully. And Championship football, we want to do some of that. We've got the Super Cup on Wednesday as well, and the Champions League will be back in September as well. So hopefully they can perform very well for us. Loads of other content and stuff. Man, you guys eating like you've not eaten in ages. Look, I was just worried about not getting to eat any Maltesers, so I shut about 8 in my mouth. And this guy plows through food.
Yeah, I do.
It doesn't taste it.
I do. Tastes nice, chocolatey. But we do eat, don't we? I could never do the ice bath.
I love them, they're amazing.
I hate cold showers, cold baths, cold
And you're fair.
anything.
Not eating in ages. We have not eaten in 3 hours.
And?
Well, just saying. No, it's quite a while. Updated predictions. I'm revising my 3-1 Arsenal to 2-1 Arsenal. Fair enough. Again, yeah, I do think Palace will sneak a goal at some point in this game. Whether that means they're going to turn it around, or whether that just means it's a consolation, or could be a leveller at this point. I don't know. Anyway, second half is starting in just a few moments. I've managed to lose a Malteser somehow. Maltesers is the best. It is indeed. Maltesers are amazing. The problem is they're a little too crunchy on stream, but they're also soft enough that you can just like let them melt away in your mouth. So there you go.
Well, you ate one at the wrong time, didn't you?
That's alright. Pickman Chapman just enjoying a moment of rest before we get in to the second half. If you could also... Where is the Malteser that I dropped? Oh, I might stand on it later.
I'll get it in a minute.
Looks like it's just rolled for miles. I can't see it. Anyway, don't worry about it. It's the lighter way to enjoy. Hang on, what? And then star, all chocolate. I'm very confused by your message, Knack, but yeah. Anyway, second half kicks off very shortly. Arsenal are going to get us underway for the second 45 of action here in the opening Premier League fixture of the 2022-23 campaign. Crystal Palace 0, Arsenal 1. Second half starts now. Jesus back to Aaron Ramsdale, who's very far out of his goal. They're trying the pump it long tactic. They've gone even more extreme though, because Ramsdale's there. This actually worked pretty well. Saka comes inside. Jesus, very fast starting, and Guaita managed to get to it. That's the most effective way that anyone's done that. Play it back and then pump it long off the start tactic. I can see 2-1, but I don't want it. I've got a goalkeeper and a defender. What, from Arsenal? You've got Ramsdale and like a Zinchenko or something. What's going to see? Isn't there strapline still the lighter way to eat chocolate? Enjoy chocolate, except there's not a lot of chocolate on a Malteser. Yeah. What does it say on the Malteser packet? Get it back. Oh, we're off. Yeah, we are.
You have to.
No, I don't think that's... Is that... That way. The lighter way.
Oh, the lighter way to enjoy chocolate.
Okay. Yes, it is that. Not made to share if you have to. That's because it's a share bag, not because it's Maltesers.
Yeah, but I don't really... Share bags are never to share.
Well, they are.
Well, not to me, because I can get through a whole share bag by myself.
Yeah, but you should... But I do think the portions, like Haribo, it's like 7 Haribo. Who gets a packet of like Star Wars? I'm going to have 7. And then put it back down. I mean, yeah, it'd be very cost effective, but I enjoy food too much to only eat 7 Haribo and then go, yeah, I'm not going to touch them.
It's like a Rodo tube. It's like you have 3 in a time. Hang on, here's
Make it
strap.
last.
His strap was supposed to shoot! Wide, very wide. That was a lot wider than I thought.
Shoot! Oh. You've lost 5 seconds, have we?
Wow. Well, oh, it did buffer a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought this was going top corner.
Because
so
obviously...
shoot! No, I deflected, that's why. So that wasn't my fault.
It
was going top corner.
But yeah, we are obviously not... We don't have a separate Wi-Fi system out here. It's like an extension of the house Wi-Fi, so it's not perfect. And of course Sky goes a little bit behind as it is. So, yeah. One day when we're in our $1 million studio...
Yeah.
We'll have an ice machine, we'll have aircon, and most importantly, we'll have Wi-Fi. That's very, very good. Because at the moment, I'm just buzzing the streets, not giving up on us. But yeah, looks like Palace will start the second half with some intent. They do look to be a little bit more aggressive.
No.
Come on.
No.
Gary's here.
Yeah, Gary! We love you, Gary. We do. We love you, Gary. We do. We love you, Gary. We do. Oh, Gary, we love you. Arsenal free kick. Odegaard and Martinelli standing over it.
Was it go off synced up again? Oh, cheers, Nick Nack. Well done.
Big chance for him to get a ball in. It's been Odegaard's assist as well. Ball in from Odegaard. Oh, is there a push on? No.
Saka against Mitchell. Good ball in from Saka, well cleared by Anderson. Mitchell kicks it back up in the air. Etse, come forward with it. Zaha, Decore,
Saka ran there,
Klein, Anderson. Mitchell. Zaha. Back to Mitchell. Here's Gurhey now with it. Pat's just building it up, looking to obviously formulate some kind of attack, but doing it slowly, trying to wear this Arsenal team down. Which is kind of the role reversal to how this first half was playing out. Klein. Past Martinelli, he's now got space to run into. Tries the ball over the top, it's out of play. It was caught a little bit by Martinelli. Have they won a free kick? It appears so. Yeah. I think they're leaving it though to one of the centre halves, maybe even the keeper. No, it's not the keeper, it steps up. Take it is Anderson. He gives it to Gurhey across to Mitchell. Mitchell plays it forward. Zaha driving inside, tries to find Edouard and can't. No, sorry, it was Etse making the run, not Edouard. Just presumed wrong there. Saliba. Odegaard, nice little flick. That's brilliant from Mitchell. Zaha finds.
He's trying to play that through Zaha, but right foot, weak foot, didn't go well. And that's stopped.
I mean, he's not really touched him, but Xhaka knows it's coming and he's able to go down. So a knife edge, this game certainly is. Just tune in, how have the two teams performed so far? Arsenal looked better first 15, 20, 30 minutes, I think you could say, but after that, Palace really got into the groove of it and it's been a fairly close match, as I thought it would be.
Has a go, deflected wide, squeeze corner.
Yeah, that effort could have troubled the keeper, but I think it was Mark Gurhey got across to block it. Very, very good. This Palace team have just been very, very condensed, and they're stopping any kind of real Arsenal chances. The only one was that set piece, of course, and they have got another set piece now, Arsenal. I think we're planning to a set piece coach. We are indeed. Nicholas Jova. Or Jova, I presume it's Jova though. It could be Jova though. If he's watching, if he could get involved and tell us what his name is, that'd be great.
Ball in. Yep, headed away. Good set piece routine that was.
Well, to be fair, the first one worked really well, so I'd back him as a set piece coach. Unlike the Villa one, where they just seem to concede from every set piece.
Austin McFay.
Right.
No, that's not him, is it? It wasn't. Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant from Nathaniel Klein. Zaha. Etse through! Oh, it's a brilliant save from Ramsdale. Just narrows off the angle and Etse can't fire it past him.
That.
I think that should be a Palace goal, realistically. Zaha. Quite to find Edouard can't.
I think Etse's got to score there.
Do better.
1-on-1 with Ramsdale, he's got to score.
Maybe if I kept him on fantasy team, he would have scored. But
yeah.
I didn't. Cursed him all season now.
Wow.
The Arsenal side, Palace got back into it from the 25th minute. He should have equalised with a header from Edouard. Yeah. If he directed it better and actually put some power behind it, that would have been an Edouard goal.
That was a big chance to equalise there.
Mitchell. Gurhey.
Long ball from Gurhey. No, it
doesn't find anyone. And it's out of play. Ramsdale saunters over, receives the ball, and he'll take the goal kick. Here we are, going to see a replay. That's a brilliant challenge from Nathaniel Klein.
What a ball from Zaha.
Picks up the ball. Etse, great run. He spots the run of Etse. Etse takes in his stride. He just hit it higher. He's tried to go low, but he's not gone low or hard, low and hard.
Oh, I think that's poor effort.
Yeah, not a great effort at all. And here come Arsenal. Gotta love when it cuts back to the live action very suddenly. Martinelli finds Jesus. He's lost the ball. Etse driving forward now. Finds Zaha in a wide area. Zaha does brilliantly to take the ball with him.
In the middle.
He's going to run at Ben White again tonight. Zaha, that looked like it could have deflection off his hand. But, I mean,
Still Zaha.
that's a little bit controversial challenge from Gabriel. And the Palace fans on the goal are clamouring, I guess you could say. Is that just a word? I don't know. But they want a penalty, basically. I don't like this Palace is getting better. You're worried about your fantasy team points.
Oh, it does hit Ben White's fan, but it deflects up off his foot. So
Hand, not fan.
Yeah, and then Saliba with a bit of a... It's a crunchy tackle, but it's not a penalty.
I like the thought that he's Ben White's running along with a fan. It's that hot. I have to wait till he gets to 3 o'clock kickoff. That man's going to have an air conditioning unit. Tucked to the back of his shirt.
If I was a player, I'd put like an ice vest on underneath my shirt.
He's not a racing driver.
And why can't you put an ice vest on?
It's going to be freezing.
Okay, maybe put a shirt on before we've only got 3 layers on.
Yeah.
That's the point.
And I was going to say it's 8 o'clock. No, sorry, 9 o'clock now. On a Friday night. And in Selhurst Park, have hypothermia and die. That would not be a good way to start the second half.
Good turn.
Jesus. But I get what you're saying about if you're planning 3 o'clock.
Or like
in the heat of summer. Yeah, Qatar World Cup, maybe they will try stuff like that. I mean, I imagine they'll have frequent cooling breaks to try and combat that. There is indeed.
That's a great ball through to Martinelli. Great tackle out.
And then Mitchell gets it gone. Nothing between the teams now. This is anyone's game. I agree, and I think that Arsenal goal advantage could play into this massively. Yeah. Equally, it just takes a lucky... Well, not even that lucky. It's just a good effort from Palace, and suddenly we're level again.
They've had 2 big chances to equalise. Edouard in the 25th minute, and
Etse in about the 50th.
Yeah.
Partey to Saliba. Saliba goes wide and finds Saka. Saka running at Mitchell now. Gets past Mitchell, and that's a good run. Mitchell is forced to bring him down, and there's a free kick on the edge. It's a little soft.
I don't think Mitchell needs to do that.
No, got past Mitchell and then Decore. Mitchell then puts in a bit of a dodgy challenge, covering back, but I think Saka wasn't really going anywhere. He and Anderson were ahead of him. Still, it's a bit silly from Mitchell, if I'm honest. Free kick on the edge, though. This is very dangerous for Arsenal. You'd imagine this will be a direct effort on goal. Could play it across. I imagine they'll go far post. Could get a flick on.
Yeah.
Could go near post, though, of course. I would say you tend to see less and less free kicks now. Obviously, genetically as a species, I know this doesn't really play into it too much, but if we are getting taller, so does it play into the fact that goalkeepers are a bit taller? I mean, Guaita is not exactly the largest man ever. He's a little diminutive, but...
I think Odegaard's got to go first.
Yeah, because if you get this right, this could be a goal. Let's see.
I think Mane's going to dink it in.
No, Odegaard does have an effort, and it's not too far away.
Right height on it, just curled
but other than JWP... You don't tend to see that many free kick goals anymore. You've not got like Payet every week just banging at top corner. Or something like that. Other than JWP, as I say, no real quality free kick. Like, obviously there are good free kick takers in the Premier League, I'm not doubting that, but you don't see many you don't see many free kicks scored.
No.
I'm trying to say.
I miss like Messi stepping up in a big final or an El Clasico or something. And just putting the ball down about 25 yards away and just lacing it top corner. Yeah. Or curling it top corner. They're the things you miss. Or Ronaldo, literally 30 yards out in Champions League final, steps up and just leathers it top corner. That's what you miss.
Idea, but well wide. It didn't look too far away from the angle we saw. Maybe it was a little further away, but yeah, not a bad effort from Odegaard, I'd say.
Could have scored it from a fancy team.
I considered putting him in. I considered putting him in there for a while.
Arsenal last year. Can he do the same now?
Mateta.
Placing Edouard, I'm guessing.
I don't imagine he's in anyone's fantasy team, Mateta, but I mean, it's definitely an option. Him and Edouard are both 5'5" mil.
Saka on the corner, eh?
Wouldn't mind a cheeky Saka assist my fantasy team, but equally I'd quite like to see Pat score a goal and we get a really good game from then on. Saka. It's cleared. And Zaha will go and fetch after it. He then just thumps it long for Edouard to give chase, but Ramsdale will be the one to get there. Edouard is going to give chase, regardless, but Ramsdale, he kicks it long again. That is poorly judged. It's out of play. Ramsdale's distribution, usually very, very good, but that not great there. No. A little ambitious, trying to find the ball out wide to Zaha. Not really paid off. Mateta will now make his way onto the field for Odsonne Edouard. Interesting change that. Edouard Has missed some chances. Other than that, he's not really been in the game too much. I think this is a good change.
One thing I do look at, Granit
Inject some
Xhaka on a
energy up
yellow
there.
card.
Just get Zaha and Eze running at him now.
That smells danger to me.
But who'd you bring on? El Neni?
Exactly. I'd rather bring El Neni on than not be able to bring him on.
And then have to play El Neni next week, the whole 90 minutes. So, weighing up everything. But Xhaka is 100% now going to get at least a game out for yellows this season because he's already on one. There's 37 games to go. If this man doesn't pick up 4 yellow cards in the other 37 games, I will be shocked. Unless, of course, they just stop playing him and play Zinchenko.
Which sounds like a good idea.
It just does, sound like a good idea. If Zinchenko probably can do it a little deeper in that midfield. It's not like he's a striker or something. And he's been caught out.
Odegaard's in the middle.
Jesus, Odegaard. I think he should do better with it, Jesus. I think that's deflected.
But
if not,
superb
Jesus
work from Jeffrey Schlupp getting back. If not, that's a certain goal from Edson Odegaard. Martin Odegaard.
Yeah, if it was on about the free kicks in chat. Arsenal going to need a second goal, and we think, agree, they'll have to work for it, though. Yeah, because I do think at any moment Palace could spring on the counter-attack. I think Arsenal should be making more of this chance here. Odegaard potentially should take that first time, I'd argue. I think he's got the ability to take that first time and put it home.
Yeah.
Both good strikers, not much between them in terms of ability. What, Mateta and Eduard are we talking about here?
I suppose.
I presume Nick that. Yeah. I think Mateta's not really had a fair crack the way for the Prem. Neither's really Eduard.
No, it's Ben White.
No.
Yeah, like Ben White now as well. I'll say that.
Again, get Zaha running at it.
Yeah. That's why now, though. Left-hand side. With Zaha running at Ben White's now got to be careful here.
Yeah. I think you do the same with Xhaka. They've got dangerous players, this Palace side, that can cause Arsenal to make mistakes and put in some interesting challenges, and I think you could potentially get... And also, he's going to be scared to put in a challenge now.
Yeah.
We've seen already Zaha, dribbling past him, running at him all night. If he could do that again now, and with Ben White a little bit more anxious to put in a big challenge at least, I think, you do either get past him because he doesn't want to put in a challenge, or he's less likely to put in a challenge at least, or you get a pen, or him off because he misjudges it. Here is Mateta. Oh, sorry, here's Mateta.
We've got ourselves a corner.
There was Schlapp.
Palace fans appreciate it with a nice little round of applause.
Yeah, Mateta and Eduard, yeah. Could that miss be the turning point? What, for Odegaard potentially? I think it gives Palace hope. They've got 30 minutes on the clock. A goal is definitely not out of the question. If anything, I'd argue a Palace goal is more likely than an Arsenal one at this point, because obviously Palace pushing for it more. The corner here, this is a very good chance to equalise. 30 minutes ago, anything could happen. We could even see this be a 3-0 Arsenal when we could see Palace completely flip it round and then take the 3 points.
Anderson heads it across.
It's a little messy. No one... Okay. I don't know who that came off there.
Rescuing a free kick, but Palace fans want penalty and handball.
I was going to say, I want to see a replay. I didn't see anything that happened. I think Ayew just managed to get something on it and direct it upwards and goalwards.
Down England.
It's a very good save out of Ramsdale. But let's have a little look at this again then. So it's a ball in from Etse. Anderson at the rear puts it forwards. It doesn't go to anyone who's offside. Gabriel under pressure. Was it Gabriel who flicked it back at his keeper then? Yeah, because it didn't look like anyone else touched it.
Miss kick here. You just say, look, he missed yet.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue he's definitely fouled by Jordan Ayew. He's definitely fouled by Ayew, I'd argue.
But ref plays on.
Gabriel, and that was given as a free kick fairly, I believe. Zinchenko, Partey. He goes out wide with Saka now. Saka to Ben White. Ben White, nice little dribble. Saka again, cuts onto his left. It's well cleared. Etse. Anderson, Klein, gets it up there. Here is Saliba now. Back to Gabriel. 6-1 Bayern. Oh, they've conceded at least then.
Oh wow, that's something I didn't expect to hear.
Let's have a look. There's a goal from Randall Kolo Muani, of course, joined from not this transfer window. And Musiala gets a second in the 83rd minute.
Oh, Saka. Odegaard. Oh, that's a poor pass.
Ramsdale again saving the day, almost an own goal. Yeah, I think it would have been given a foul though, even if he had laced that top corner. So, Ayew came flying in there, and I think Ayew was obviously the reason that Gabriel directed that at his own net. So, yeah.
Marky Anderson, Looking for the long ball. Is it going to reach?
Yeah, Ramsdale just comes out, collects it. Rob, welcome to the stream. Hi, Jack, who scored. It was a goal from... can't remember. Martinelli.
Yeah,
Martinelli scored the opener for Arsenal, and the only goal of the game thus far. Still 27 minutes left on the clock, though I think there's a long way in this game to go. I think we'll definitely see some goals. And Mashik, welcome back to the stream. It's been a little while, mate. So yeah, welcome back. Feels like the first 20 minutes was the new Arsenal, but then it's been the Arsenal of last season. I would happen to agree with you. The first 20 minutes, they're zipping the ball about with confidence. They're playing some really nice bits of play. Someone's been booked. I think it's Nathaniel Klein. I don't know what for. I imagine complaining. Something off the ball potentially. I don't know. I mean, you can still.
Yeah, you must have shouted something offensive.
Oh, ref, you muppet! It's like, all right, you're getting a yellow from Anthony Taylor. But yeah, I'm on a soccer tour and he's sleeping in a school. That sounds quite exciting, Masheep. Yeah, how's it going so far? The question from Nick. Now that's the question everyone's left. Oh, okay, yeah. To be fair, that's a foul. Thank you for the replay, Sky. But yeah, Nick Knight, as you say, first time he mentioned the new Arsenal, looked very confident, looked very composed on the ball. Since then, a little bit messy. You're in a haunted classroom, Masheep. That sounds very dangerous.
That's a great touch.
He's brought it down expertly. Anderson, Klein. Klein's looked very good, considering he hasn't played a lot of football in the last few months.
You see Arteta parading his players around very...
Anderson under a lot of pressure from Jesus. He almost gets caught out. Finds Guaita, though. I do think this Palace centre-back partnership of Gurhey and Anderson is fantastic. One of the best in the league, I'd argue.
I think it says something that they're both last year the captain was Anderson, this year the captain's Gurhey.
Obviously the back, I'm not saying they're better than Liverpool, City, but I think outside of the top six, I'd make a strong case that it's the best centre-back partnership. Maybe Leicester, but if they're about to lose Fofana, I don't think Evans and Vestergaard is anywhere close.
Zuma and Dawson.
I don't think it's better.
Diego Carlson, Konza.
They're not still in play yet at all.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can judge that yet. And then Mitchell at left back's a fantastic left back, and Klein's doing a good shift tonight. I think this Palace side is another midfielder, I'd say, away. I think Schlapp's not been great tonight, and potentially a striker, like a really good finisher.
If I can find form, they'll be alright.
Yeah, of course. Well, if any of Edouard or Mateta, if either of those can find form, or are you? I think there is a few players limiting Crystal Palace here. It's Schlapp, it's Ayew, it's Edouard. If you make some changes in those areas, they're decent players, but they're not. You don't want them starting. No. Realistically, you want someone better in those roles. To be fair, Edouard's alright. It's just to be fair, he should have scored in this game.
Schlaps. Ooh.
As I say, not really starting Premier League quality. No. Mitchell. But a very good rotation option and brilliant on his day. Comes inside, gives it back to Anderson. 25 minutes still on the clock, so as I say, a while. Who's that Anderson guy? Is he new? Joachim Anderson joined last summer from Fulham. It was a fantastic signing, I'd say.
He's a great centre-back.
And he's a really good centre-back.
Mitchell,
and drive. Him and Gurhey also arrived last summer from Chelsea. Played together all last year, and they're forming a very, very good partnership. I think will be at Palace for years to come as this young side develops. One of the youth players, yeah. I was joking, Lol. It's just a random Palace school. No one here because someone break 174 teams in one school. That's a lot of team. That's a lot of
I'll be honest. I've been very unimpressed by Ben White at right back tonight. I know it's not his natural position, but he has not done.
And he's got one of the hardest jobs in the Premier League. You got a Mark Wilfred Zaha, of course, he's not on the level of a. Who I mean, realistically, is he the best left winger in the Premier League? Sterling is very, very good.
Interesting. Man City Sterling. I think Zaha's better, but we're interested in how Sterling does at Chelsea.
Of course,
Eze with the ball in, caught by.
I mean, I guess you could argue Luis Diaz. Is he better than Zaha? I think it's close. I think it's closer than people would think. Rashford's nowhere near Zaha, I'd say. Well, Son. Yeah, sorry, then. But I kind of forgot Son existed. I was just thinking, City don't really have wingers. I wouldn't say Grealish. Oh, shut up. Leon Bailey.
Harvey Barnes has got a shout.
Harvey Barnes is a good player, but not on the level of Zaha. But other than, again, outside, I think this is one of the best sides outside the Big Six.
Yeah.
As far as I think only really West Ham
So Maximin
have a stronger
Something like
side.
that's very Zaha as well, isn't he? Less of a shithouse,
But less prolific as well. He doesn't get anywhere near as many goals or assists.
Zaha does take penalties.
Less work ethic as well, I think, for Saint-Maximin.
Yeah,
Zaha's not been the hardest worker, but I love Saint-Maximin, but I'd be honest, he's not really shown the end product so far in the Premier League.
He's one of the best wingers outside the top 6.
Yeah, it comes down to end product. I do agree that Zaha should do better with his end product, but he does do very well in a Palace side that hasn't always been great over the last few years, and I think as it's continuing to improve at the moment, and I think he will flourish, give it with more talented players around him. I think he deserves a move up, deserved a move up. So I think it's a bit late for him now. I think I'd rather see him stay at Palace, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
A move to Dortmund was touted a few years back. I think it was last summer actually, when Haaland was looking at leaving to Chelsea. Of course, he eventually moved to City this summer, and that's looking interesting at the moment. Of course, we will see Haaland's Premier League debut on Sunday. Join us there. West Ham versus Man City. We'll be live at 4 o'clock for that one. It's a 4:30 kickoff. Should be a very interesting game.
Yes.
Ben White is struggling right back. Yeah, Zaha's too creative to fall a lacking defensive. I saw him asking Saka to track back. Yeah, I think with Tomiyasu back in this side, Arsenal look a lot more solid defensively. I think also Tierney. Zinchenko's very good going forward, but he does leave a little bit of a gap. And with Gabriel has been quite a few times. That's a great ball. And here comes Saka bearing in on Arsenal's goal. Mitchell is unable to get back, and Saka fires his shot too high. Yeah, and he's already past the goal by the time he had a shot.
He should have tried to cut it back.
68 votes. At the moment, the 62% who voted for Arsenal were correct. 12% going for a draw, and 26% Palace. I think a draw is very much on the card still.
Yeah, definitely.
Very much so. It's only a 1-goal advantage. There's a chance Palace get into this one.
Since the first 20 minutes, Palace have been in this game.
And I do think it's the type of game which we saw it last year, obviously. Palace had some pretty big comebacks at times. Yeah. It's a type of game where one goal changes this, and then they push on, grab another, and suddenly you look at a completely different result for Arsenal. And it's one going from a solid 1-0 win, despite not the best performance ever, to a disappointing 2-1 loss.
Zaha
so I do think we need to be worried. He's
already on a booking. He's not going to dive in. Zaha plays the Ayew.
Poor touch from Ayew.
That's the problem. Zaha does something world class. Well, Anderson with a beautiful ball. Zaha with a world class touch.
But as I say, I think you're one very good centre mid and one very good winger. But equally, when Elise's fit, he goes in there for Ayew. But one very good centre mid at least, away from having a very good side here at Palace, and Zaha couldn't quite get to it.
20 minutes to go. This game still hangs in the balance.
I do think if he throws himself at that Zaha, slides in, makes contact with it, there's a chance it goes in, and Ramsdale already come miles out of his goal.
Chance he wipes out Ramsdale and gets
not if he goes and nails it. I'm saying if he tries and dives across the front, there is the ball going forwards. Potentially he makes contact with it. Potentially it goes in. But yeah, that would have been a bit of mental goal. But yeah, Zaha might not be the best overall, but he's the best at exploiting, especially against someone who isn't really a right back. I think he's the hardest player to mark in the Prem. Yeah, he's so unpredictable,
and it's a very fluid movement. This pass,
Mateta against Saliba. Saliba does very well. He knocks back to Ramsdale. Under a bit of pressure from Mateta here, but he plays well out of it. Here's Partey, Saliba, Odegaard, Partey,
really nicely,
back to Saliba.
They played out of it and then decided to pass them back.
So you're under pressure, goes back to Ramsdale. Ramsdale takes a touch and distributes it up to Saka. He's aiming for, but Mitchell does very, very well. That's what I've always been impressed with Mitchell. He's not the tallest, but he always seems to be able to win aerial battles. Just by putting the pressure on the other player and making it very hard for them to get to the ball. Not by trying to out-jump them, which obviously isn't going to work for him, considering his diminutive stature. And Ayew's done fantastic to turn Zinchenko there. He plays it across there. Zaha, for once, isn't right at the back post, but he has gone to the end of it. Zaha has a shot. It's cleared, but not really well enough by Saliba. Schlupp on the edge. Goes back to Anderson. They've got a lot of players forward here. If they can get a ball back up there, there's a chance they can create something here. Ayew. Limited with the options around him. And he's played out of play. I think I'm trying to work out what's going on here. Decore's down for Palace.
Oh dear.
It's not a great start in his first game. I think it is. It does just seem to be cramp. Could even be tactical from Palace.
No, Palace on top. I don't know if it is. I doubt it is tactical.
Yeah, but you get a little refresh, don't you?
Yeah, no, but Arsenal will use this very much. Look, they've all got the players in, getting the drinks in. Also, what are the coaching staff wearing? You can even agree it's rubbish.
It's different.
But
they do
the
look like
whole
they've got
team
pizzas
getting
on
their
them.
drinks in, getting the Arteta giving a team talk. Yeah, this has come at a terrible time for Palace. A moment where Palace won.
When Zaha doesn't play, Palace rarely win games. Sub him. What, Decore? Yeah, I don't know. I think he's done really well in that. I think this could just be tactical because it just...
I don't think it is.
I don't know, actually. Yeah, to be fair.
Because this is kind of a horrible time.
He could just
for
be
Palace.
struggling to adapt to the pace of the Premier League a bit.
And he's played 73 minutes and he's kind of knackered.
He's a worry though. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. Of course, it does look to just be a little bit of a potential, just a little irritation, aggravation. The groin or hamstring.
Saliba's had a good game.
Saliba's done very well.
Highlighting his stats.
Yeah, ranks first for clearances and possession one in his team, and ranks second for successful long passes, which obviously is fairly normal to be behind the goalkeeper who's constantly pumping the ball long. So, Saliba, a very impressive return to English top flight action today. Yeah, I've been thoroughly impressed with
There's changes. Luka Milivojevic for...
Milivojevic, I think,
Decore.
will obviously come on for Decore, I presume.
Yeah.
Or is it for Schlapp? You never know.
I don't think it is.
I wouldn't imagine.
Decore has come back on.
Yeah, just Decore's come back into play. So potentially it's for Decore, potentially it's for
coming in
Schlapp.
just to finish
The
the
ball
game.
has been punted out by one of the Arsenal players.
Because obviously Palace played on. Palace kicked it out, didn't they?
Yeah.
Peter Banks has no clue what's going on.
Okay, he's got up his board. Who is Milivojevic coming on for? That's the big question. Is it Decore? It is Decore. He's walked on and walked off again.
I wonder if Decore is just a bit tired, to be honest. 74 minutes,
makes
the first
sense.
game.
Get the rotation
Get
back.
on at Luka
I think Milivojevic is a very good player. Bit of a
Milivojevic.
pen. I wouldn't say merchant. I really don't like that because he is just really good at pen.
Yeah.
Is drinks break a new thing? It's not a drinks break. Decore went down. Cheikh Decore, the Palace midfielder, and they used that as a drinks break. There's not a drinks break in the Premier League as far as I'm aware.
No.
Yeah, no such drinks break. Just players being, what would you say, opportunistic, I guess, and using the Decore injury to, go and get a drink.
Yeah.
What's going on? Popped off for a while, came back to what looks like a timeout in American sports. Yeah, no, it's just a player down. Not a drinks break. Because drinks breaks, I imagine, there will be a thing at the Qatar World Cup.
There should be.
You'd imagine so. Of course, the heat will be absolutely ridiculous for them to play in. So drinks breaks will be needed. Players will need to be taking on fluids very regularly. I would say every 15 minutes, potentially. You could see 2.5. They could try and stretch it to 20, 25, but...
They'll do one. 23rd
I mean,
minute.
realistically, if they, I guess to prevent the game just becoming a little bit jarring, they'll probably do
25, sorry, 23,
I guess,
then 45, then
well, you'd probably go 20 or 25.
yeah, and then 45, then about 60, 70 minute, and then full time.
Yeah,
I'm glad that proposal to get the games to 100 minutes didn't go through. That'd been ridiculous.
I do think it makes it.
Oh, Gurley came in strong.
It is interesting that they're not 100 minutes. I do think obviously 90 is an hour and a half, but 100 is just a bit more round. Then you can
all in. Looking for Mateta. He tried a scorpion kick, and in the process,
you can almost then split
Gabriel.
it more into quarters, can't you?
Yeah.
And 50 minutes and a half doesn't make sense. But with the functioning of hours and stuff, it doesn't really make any sense for a game to be an hour and 40 minutes or half time to finish 50 minutes in. But yeah. I don't think the 90 minutes playing time needs changing. But but the stadiums are air conditioned in Qatar. They are, but it's not going to make a difference really. It's going to reduce the heat a little.
Yeah.
But it's outside. Obviously, it is condensed somewhat because there's going to be roofing on the stadium, but there's not going to be roofing over the whole stadium. They're not playing indoors. It is outside. The sun is going to be there, so it is going to be incredibly hot. And that air conditioning will help, but I think that's mainly for fans anyway. Don't think the air conditioning on the sideline is going to have a huge impact on the players in the middle of the pitch. So, yeah. I mean, you'd love to be taking throw-ins.
Yeah. I'd take a 10-minute throw-in just to stand in front of the air conditioning for a bit.
Yeah.
13 minutes to go here, though, and again, the game is still
You're time wasting, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
Mitchell.
Drinks break. Forget the drinks break. Just go stand in front of an air conditioner.
I mean, I imagine they probably will get a drink and stand next to the air conditioner.
That's great from Zaha.
That's a brilliant challenge from Saliba.
Saliba. Oh, ref's going to foul for the first one.
For the original little touch.
I'm guessing it didn't. After the 6, Cameron was tossed Party with the bad foul. Was it a bad tackle? Okay, yeah, he's come flying in, got none of the ball, but luckily Zaha's missed it. So that is all good.
Running out of time now, Palace. 30 minutes is more than enough time to get a goal. 30 minutes is more than enough time to score 2 goals. Yeah, and I think I think we could see a good 2-3 minutes of added time. We've had obviously the Decore went down. That was at least a minute and maybe 2. With another stoppages to the play, I think we will probably see a few minutes of added time.
Yes.
Anderson tries the ball forward. Gabriel has that covered though. Partey running through the midfield. Odegaard can't quite get it to Jesus. Milivojevic is brought down. Mitchell. I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
I looked at Andy Taylor, didn't see anything from him. Ben White just stops the ball getting through to Zaha there, which is obviously key.
Yeah, again, Ben White on a booking, got to keep running at him. Surprised Arsenal not made a single sub yet.
What was wrong with that? But he didn't touch him. What foul are you talking about?
Tackle, he came in recklessly, and if Zaha hadn't dodged him, then
right.
Partey would have gone straight into Zaha.
I'm a bit disappointed with the second half. Yeah, it's not really lived up to the promise that the first half had. I'll be honest. It's not really either been up to whatever I expected from this game. I thought this was either going to be a really shocking Palace win or a really big Arsenal win. It's been neither. It's been a disappointing game. You either want to see a Palace 1-0 or an Arsenal 5-0. Arsenal 1-0, it's not the result you want as a rival because it's been a bit of a dull game. But yeah, so if they're going to win, at least make it a good game and batter them by a few. At least give me some fantasy points, Saka and Jesus.
I mean, I've got Zinchenko.
I was going to say, I imagine he'll probably get... I see he's getting bonus points at the moment, but I imagine it's probably Zinchenko, Martinelli and hopefully Saka or Jesus.
Yeah, but I mean, I expect to see some Palace players in there because for the second half it's been mostly
Potentially,
Palace. So, Plant, Eze, Zaha, Mitchell. He now finds Zaha, goes back to Eze.
At the moment, 3 for Zinchenko, 2 for Saliba and 1 for Ramsdale. So Martinelli, despite scoring, absolutely nowhere near.
Last 15 minutes, 73% possession to Palace.
Says a lot.
Are you?
I can't afford with it. This could ruin a lot of people who have Zinchenko.
Yeah, Jordan was he pulled? The rest says no.
Yeah. Is VAR in action anymore in the Premier League?
I don't know.
If Arsenal win, it's going to be lucky. I'm worried about tomorrow, Chelsea fan. Well, Everton, nothing to worry about, says Nick Knack.
I think strikers.
Again, though, it's Chelsea. You never know what's going to happen.
And we haven't beat Everton for ages.
Equally, we are looking solid. Genuinely, people talk about Chelsea like they're absolutely nowhere near the level of Arsenal and Tottenham. Especially once we bring in Fofana and De Jong. We're going to have the same side, pretty much, that won the Champions League 2 years ago. With the additions of Kukurea, Koulibaly, De Jong, Fofana and Sterling.
Yeah.
And in that time we've only lost Rudiger and Christensen, really. Alonso's going to go now? Emerson? Drinkwater?
Oh dear. Danny Drinkwater. I won't sleep.
Let's say brought down.
Does it sound like how he's on?
It's fired in there.
I think that was a bit of a pull on Eze.
Again, just nothing for these penalty shouts, at least seemingly from VAR.
Like they even bothered to check them, or who knows?
We don't know. We've got no communication from them. I don't know whether. Yeah.
I think Darren England's fallen asleep.
Everton were good at home last season, but without Richarlison and DCL, so as long as Chelsea can score, should be all right. Yeah.
And they were only at home. They're only good at home second half of the season.
Equally, when we played him at December time, I believe it was. Jared Branthwaite, it was the one who scored. It was a 1-0 draw or something. That took us out a little soft there, to be fair. But yeah, I think they do need a striker. Gary, as you say, they've not replaced Richarlison. DCL's way too what's the word? Injury prone. Yeah. So I think that's a problem for him. And Rondon is
Zinchenko's night over.
Really? I'd have brought off Xhaka. Yeah. Xhaka's still on the pitch. There's always a chance he gets another yellow.
Yeah.
Or just a straight red.
Yeah, ref letting bother. Mate, you know what's coming.
So Tierney on for Zinchenko and Nketiah, I imagine on for Jesus, which is a big annoyance for my fantasy team. I needed a goal from Jesus, and he's not got one, and he is coming off.
Wow, after all those goals in pre-season and everyone's saying how great he's done.
79% of the game have took Gabriel Jesus, and he's disappointed everyone.
With a blank.
Blanking, blank there.
Interesting.
Oh, so Tierney must be vaguely fit. I wanted him in my FPL. Yeah, I imagine, again, Zinchenko will likely start the next game against... Who've Arsenal got next?
Don't know.
I'll have a look.
Forest?
I don't know. Leicester.
Oh, Leicester.
Yeah, potentially them.
Yeah, Leicester, that could be. Depending on how Leicester-Brentford goes, which I think could be one-way traffic.
Well, it depends. I was going to say, it depends who Leicester have. If Leicester have Fofana, Maddison, Tielemans, it's a good game. If they have no one there, if it's Vestergaard...
tomorrow, so they'll all be there.
No, I mean for the Arsenal one.
Oh, the Arsenal
By that point, Maddison could be at Newcastle and Fofana could be at Chelsea, and suddenly Leicester have 110 mil and no money. And no players, sorry. Loads of money, no players.
Yeah. Are you? Good turn.
In fact, it looks like it's going to be close to 140 once they sell both of them. Though they seem adamant they don't want to sell either of them.
Terrible.
But realistically, they both want to leave, so...
And then get good money for us as well. Why they don't want to
Yeah,
sell.
and they could bring in players for cheaper.
Yeah.
And then improve other areas of the squad. So I think it's a win-win-win. But, yeah.
Like a goalkeeper, rather than just go, oh, Schmeichel's left, so guess what we're going to do? We're going to play Danny Ward all season.
Yeah.
No offence to Danny Ward, he's not good enough. Well, we'll see, won't we? You might turn
Yeah,
out
to be fair.
Maybe
Don't want to diss him
right.
before he's done anything. But again, players like Leno and Dean Henderson are players Leicester should have been getting.
Yeah.
They've left it too late. I think now their only hope is that Chelsea are willing to
Oh,
let Aris
it's
Avalaga
deflected
go.
in.
And
It's
that's a
an
goal. Is it going to count for Saka? I bloody hope so. For my fantasy team.
It's 2-0.
I mean, it's just come out of nowhere. We were just having a chat. Arsenal, Saka's just had a shot.
That was a cross.
Wasn't really
It's a
on.
cross that's just deflected off Gertie and gone in. Well, that's
Will Saka
disappointing.
get anything for it though? That's a question
really
in fantasy.
disappointing for Palace, because they were in this game and they took it to the apps. They gave it to Arsenal, and now they've lost the game because of a mental defeat.
If Leicester sell Fofana for 80 mil, they won't need to sell anyone else. It will look like, I think it would be 70 for Fofana. But then if you sell... Oh yeah, it just comes off gay, doesn't it? If you sell... So obviously Fofana goes. If you then sell Madison as well at 50, 60, you're sitting on about 130, 140 mil potentially. I think that's a lot of money. You just can't really say no to selling Madison for 60 mil. I think then you just bring in... You bring in some improvements.
Football got it down as a Mark Gertie own goal.
Well, hopefully the Premier League app don't. I mean, I don't see any way they don't have it down as a Mark Gertie own goal, but you never know.
No, I think Palace will be disappointed with that. Will Hughes is on.
Yeah.
For Freze. Oh no, sorry. Will Hughes is on for... Oh, is that Ebuoyi?
That is indeed, I believe. It is indeed. Heavy are we? On for Etso.
Ebuoyi, and Hughes is on for Schlapp.
So, are you still on the pitch?
I think Palace will be very disappointed because they were in this game. They played superbly.
Here come Arsenal and Ketia.
Go right to Odegaard. There you go.
Saka.
Saka. Good. That
Sure,
time
I've blocked
deflects
by
off
Gertie,
Gertie,
yeah.
doesn't go in. But yeah, Palace were
Yeah,
really,
it is a Mark Gertie own
Palace
goal.
were right in this game and are now a unlucky assist point.
He's on 6. He gets assist points. Come on.
Just a deflection, really unlucky deflection, has cost them the game.
Stream Jack and Harry. See Sunday. Bye. Bye, Chelsea fan.
Chelsea fan. Thanks for always.
See you there. Of course, Chelsea tomorrow won't be live for it, but yeah, should be a very good game. Hopefully it is.
Saka corner in front of the Arsenal fans that are singing.
I was going to
their
say they're
songs.
loving it.
I'm not sure Sky are very happy with that. Oh, it's caught by Guaita.
I think, yeah, some... what would you say? Some
Gestures.
Arsenal fan was gesticulating towards the Palace fans. But, yes.
Like, now because Palace aren't get back in it, can it, like Odegaard just score 4 for my fantasy team? Please. Thank you. But 3 minutes to go, that is game, set and match. And now this will probably slowly just wallow away and finish up.
Here's Gahi.
It's just a terrible way for a game to be decided.
What, off they go?
Just a random deflection. Because it was such a good game and now just the whole atmosphere and energy's gone because the game's over.
Yeah, as I was saying, you'd rather see like if if Arsenal were going to win, at least win them big. Is Jack on the left, Harry on the right? No. I don't know. No, wait, if you looking at it from your angle...
No, I'm left, I'm Harry.
He's Harry, I'm Jack. Yeah. Depends which way you're facing. Yeah, I was trying to work out, obviously, this other way around, but yeah. In the studio, I'm sat on the left, he's on the right, but on camera, it'll be him on the left, me on
It's
the
also
right.
different for videos.
Yeah, I sit the other
Videos
way around, yeah. Anderson, Klein. Back to Anderson.
Good. I mean, it's not been the worst game to start the Premier League season.
No, it's not been terrible.
I mean, between the two Arsenal goals, there's some great football.
Yeah, it's been a really, really exciting game, and hopefully we're in for even more exciting football over the next coming days. Liverpool, Fulham tomorrow morning.
Yes.
That's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
Cricket score, mate.
Hopefully I've got Salah and Diaz.
I was going to say, I've
got Salah captain down Lewis Diaz.
I have Nunes. So I'm hoping he starts and scores a lot of goals. Bit of a punt taking Darwin Nunes, but you never know what could happen.
Can he make an impact on his debut?
Yes.
Paris can't win.
Very good from him.
Yeah.
Tries to play it forwards. Anthony Taylor, brilliant interception from him, to be fair. Paris got a free kick for it, or what's going on here? Is Taylor going to have a shot? That'll be fun. Yeah. Can we just flick it up and Taylor volley it? Oh, it's a drop ball. Okay, this is...
Okay, drop ball's harsh. Ask because they're deciding...
Nick Nack's saying 5-0 Liverpool.
Wow.
Interesting.
I think I said 4-0 Liverpool. With a Salah hat-trick.
Yeah. I can't remember. What did I say in the vid?
Can Odegaard please do something?
I can't remember what I said. I might have gone 5, actually. I think I did.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
Maybe.
We recorded it yesterday and I've forgotten already. But if you want to know, watch our video from this morning.
Yeah, this morning.
Which went out this morning, obviously. Watch that after this. I took a gamble and captain Kane versus Southampton in my FPL. I don't think that's a gamble. I think Southampton defensively are horrific.
I've got Son and
Hope Salah doesn't make me regret that. I've captained Son against Southampton.
I've captained Salah.
He's captain
and Son's vice captain. I've vice captain.
I thought about captain Saka. I'm glad I haven't now. He has got an assist, of course.
I was also going to captain Odegaard. That's a terrible idea.
It's a terrible idea. Maybe if I had captained Saka, he would have done better. VOA against Tierney. Tierney does really well to get back. Yeah, Tierney match fit. I think the new plays Zinchenko in the midfield, and this Arsenal team is a lot stronger. Tomiyasu back amongst the action instead of Ben White. Ben White slots back into that back two potential. Does Saliba start? Raises a question. Who do you start now? Out of White, Gabriel and Saliba. Who would you start if you're Arteta? Watching Saliba's performance tonight,
I go Gabriel and
Ben
Saliba.
White's performance. They've done well together, I think.
I think
you just keep swapping it around, I guess, throughout the season and rotate it regularly like City do.
Games are going to be coming thick and fast.
Of course, and lots of competitions. Arsenal, of course, back in Europe this year. I think they've got a good chance to win the Europa League.
Yeah.
You can afford to have constant rotation.
If T and get
Europa League, you just want to get games. You just want wins out of the way, and then you can play younger players, like Chelsea did on the way to winning it in 2020. 2020, 2019?
2019.
2019 it was, yeah.
There was one man, was there no football?
There was. Europa League and Champions League final. Bayern beat PSG in the Champions League final.
That was 2021.
No, it wasn't. 2021 was Chelsea beating Manchester City.
Oh, yeah.
In 2020, of course, we came back in
March.
Back
for the Champions
League. And, of course, then we had, Champions League.
We don't have anything in the first... Because it was we had the 2019 finals. No, Chelsea was 2018.
What are you on about?
Chelsea Europa League was 2018.
No, it wasn't 2019.
No, because...
It was the same year that Liverpool beat Tottenham.
No, because we didn't...
And in 2018, Liverpool lost to Real Madrid in the final.
So where was the break for COVID?
It was over the winter in the Premier League.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't stop until late December and then they came back in March.
I forget that.
Yeah.
Because the Premier League...
It wasn't over... Yeah, it wasn't too long. It wasn't over any... It was other priorities because people were like, raise happiness levels.
The actual lockdown was across the whole year.
So in 2020, the Europa League went to... Man United lost to Villarreal in the final. No, that was last year. That was 2021.
No, it wasn't.
It was 2021. It was the same year that Chelsea won the Champions League. What happened in 2020 Europa League? Was it Sevilla?
Yeah, probably. They win it a lot. But Albert Sambi Lakonga is on for Martin Odegaard, so no more contributions for him. Who did win it? It was.
Sevilla, yeah.
Yeah, who they beat? That's all I know.
Bruno Fernandes was top scorer in the tournament.
Pat snuck around the back with 15 seconds to go. That'll be the game. Arsenal will go top of the league for the matter of a few hours.
They've already been top of the league, haven't they?
Until 2 o'clock, when Liverpool beat Fulham by about 10 goals.
Well, I imagine they'll be just shortly after 12:30 that Liverpool have got 10 goals.
And any minute now.
Who did they beat in this game? Why bother subbing a player of the minute? It can, I guess, if they win the league, help with medals.
And they can say if Lukonga's got something that tells him, I don't know, just rest on the guard for 2 minutes, and I guess Lukonga might have a thing that says he has to play 10 games.
I mean, is that a contractual thing?
I don't know.
He's broken his leg, but you have to give me 900 grand because I've not played 10 games. Yeah. Well, a solid win for Arsenal in the opening day of the Premier League, 2-0. Fairly comfortable, though Palace did challenge them at times and their second goal was rather fortunate, but on face value, a very, very solid result for Arsenal. The Premier League is back, everyone. More action tomorrow. We're back Sunday, but first of all, before we round off, can you give me your player of the match, Harry?
I can't because I don't know who it is yet.
For fuck's sake. Well, shall I go in the meantime?
Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to go for William Saliba.
Yeah, it was my pick, so cheers.
He had a fantastic performance, and he's come back in this Arsenal side, and he looked, as we said, as someone said in chat, he looked like a new signing, a new player.
Feels like a new signing.
He fitted perfectly along with Gabriel, and he had a very, very solid game.
Yeah, feels like a new signing. I'm going to go for someone who is actually a new signing. I'm going to go for Alexander Zinchenko. He was the only one of their new signings, two of them, that really, really impressed me tonight. Obviously got the assist for the Martinelli goal. I think Martinelli was also very impressive, but I don't like really to go for goal scorers. So, yeah, played really well with Zinchenko. He slotted in very nicely. I think he did really well. Not as solid as you think. No, but on paper it looks really good for him. Can't argue with Saliba either, fair enough. Ramsdale didn't do much wrong. Didn't really have to do much. You could just end it there. Ramsdale didn't do much. Didn't have to do much. But the times he was forced into a save, he did do really well. So, fair enough. Yeah. Overall, I think not too many poor performances on the Arsenal side. Palace also not too many poor performances. I think they're just unfortunate to not get that goal. The game changes if that Edouard header goes in, or if Eze finishes that chance. It's a completely different game we're looking at now. Or if Guehi doesn't deflect it in his own net, and then they're just pushing for that late goal, aren't they, Palace? But instead they were looking for a consolation in the dying embers, and it's not quite the same as pushing for an equaliser.
No,
that's what we're going to call it tonight.
Yes.
Not too much else to say. We will, of course, be back on Sunday with West Ham versus Manchester City. We'll be live from 4 o'clock for a 4:30 kickoff. Hopefully, we can see as many of you tonight, as many of the regulars, and as many new faces, of course. Should be a good stream on Sunday. Should be a very good game. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like if you haven't already. I think we're on 12 for the night. So, I mean, if there is 3 people out there who haven't left a like, we could get to 15. That would be nice. Very much doubt. And, of course, if there are 3 people out there who haven't left a like, there might be 3 people out there who haven't subscribed. So you could do that as well. Could even get to 740 if there's that many, but I doubt it. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to do that as well. I'm going to thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the new graphics. But, yeah, see you Sunday. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
smoke it holy.